What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Oh my gosh, I just feel so good right now to be able to say that. I feel so good to be able to welcome you all to another show. It is just amazing. I just feel like just right now in this very moment, I'm ready for the season. I'm ready for wartime. I'm ready to give y'all just constant content on this journey to the Super Bowl. I am ready for it. And before I even get started on this stream, I'm gonna get it out there. I'm gonna get it out the way, and I'm gonna say it now. Don't come for me about no Super Bowl. Don't come talking that stupid crap about this guy's delusional, think they're gonna win a Super Bowl. Do me a favor, shut up. I truly believe this ain't no freaking clickbait, ain't none of that mess. I truly believe the Miami Dolphins are about to win the Super Bowl. This ain't a game. If you don't believe, take your non-faithful self somewhere else. I truly believe we are about to win the Super Bowl. I am about to explain to you why. And it is not out of the realm of possibility. And I'm sold. And of course, season can start, things can go south. We know that. But that doesn't change how I feel right now at this very moment. We are about to do something special and win the Super Bowl. It's like the stars are aligned. It's time. Y'all hit that like button. We're going to get started in just a second. We're going to go ahead and do our announcements, do all that good stuff. Y'all know how they do in church. You know, to give you announcements, you do take care of all the household cleaning stuff before you get the message, okay? So first and foremost, appreciate all the new subscribers to the channel. We're at 17,350 on our way to 17,400. So if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button now. I haven't been live in quite some time because I had been under the weather. At this point, I feel like I am 99%, and which is a beautiful thing. Okay, I am 99%. I feel like I am just fine. 100% honestly, but 99%. All right. And I've actually felt like I've been 99% for the last 2 days. But I still haven't been live because my son actually went through a worse situation as well. And I feel like he got as low as like 15%. It just was terrifying and scary. But I feel like we've gotten him back up to, around the 60% range, 65, and he's getting better now. I'm starting to feel that. I'm starting to see certain things, but we got to keep that going. And I actually found, and I've been right next to him, right by his side all this time. And I finally found, a window where I can go ahead and have a discussion with y'all about, what I've been sitting here thinking all this time, what I've been thinking for the last week. Shout out to Pat's Nation, just left a comment in the comment section. Said clickbait title, unsubbed. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. All right. And I don't expect you to like this conversation because we're winning the Super Bowl and your team is trash. In the discussion. Drops mic. Hey, Andre said, what's good, TD? I'm in class. LOL, boy. Listen, man, we got young men infamous and young ladies infamous for being in class listening to TD Fans Talk. Get your education. This stream will be here later, but to each his own. To each his own. Hit that like button if you're gonna be taking them kind of risks. All right. But we're getting the little one back up to par. And things are headed in the right direction. So I'm very happy about that. Again, y'all hit that like button, all right? They're not gonna send the subs. I haven't been live in quite some time. All right. But anywho, all the members of the channel, thank y'all for being members. I got a special treat for y'all. If you are a member, I have a special treat for you. Okay. Coming up, maybe today, maybe after this stream. I am going to drop the new victory anthem for TD Fans Talk. Okay. I'm going to be dropping that to the members. Everybody else, you're going to have to wait until we get another victory. So it might be against Cincinnati. Then I'll drop the song for everyone else. If it's not Cincinnati, you got to wait till we beat the Patriots or whoever we beat, right? And then I'll drop the song. But for all members of the channel, I will be dropping an exclusive today. And I want to know your thoughts about it. It's a new song. And it's our anthem. So every time we win a game, this anthem will be played. So that's kind of giving you a hint, all right, about it. So hopefully you love it. Y'all give me your reviews. All the members, give me your reviews on the new joint. Y'all just let me know what you think, man. So that's gonna be pretty cool. Some exclusive content for our members. Thank y'all so much. It's a brand new. This is not what we dropped 2 weeks ago. This is brand new. All right, so I'm going to be interested in seeing what y'all think about the new track for the victories. Hopefully we play it 20 times this year because we're getting 20 W's. Man, I just feel it, man. I just feel like we've waited so long and it's finally here. And let me tell y'all something. Shout out to Ian Baller. Any thoughts on Jamar Chase struggling so far? That's his business. Waddle ain't. That's my thoughts. That's my thoughts. Any thoughts on Jamar Chase struggling so far? Waddle ain't. Waddle ain't. That's my thoughts. Hey, we gonna get it. We gonna get into all of that. All right, we're gonna get into all of that, man. But like I said, man, if you're not a member, this is your opportunity. Go ahead and join the membership. It's on the homepage of TD Fans Talk. So you get special perks just like this, exclusives. You want to make sure that you get a lot of the exclusive content first. And again, thank all y'all for the love and support as always. All right. Shout out to the Mod Squad, man. Been holding me down, been taking care of business, man. The work that they put in is priceless, man. And I just appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for your support of this channel and helping me run it. All right. And again, as always, everyone who donates to the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or in the Super Chat is all greatly appreciated. Again, we're doing bigger and better things over here. This is the year. All right. Every time I'm about to say, let me tell y'all a secret, I get a donation. So Andravius Shaw, the donation said, couldn't be Waddle out here struggling. The ghetto. What? Couldn't be Waddle out here struggling. The ghetto. Yeah. I mean, I honestly, no offense, but I didn't understand what that meant. Couldn't be Waddle out here struggling. The ghetto. I don't know. All right, elaborate, and I'll try to look for your comments so I can get that. And all y'all probably understood that, and I'm just like, man, TD's still out of it. But anywho, let me tell y'all a secret since ain't no more donations for me to read right now. All right, let me tell y'all a secret. There's levels of feeling success. Okay. I'll never forget in 2008 or 2009, whenever it was, I was a huge Kevin Garnett fan. And when he went to Boston, I believed that they would win a championship. And that's how I became a Rondo fan, by the way. But I went through that season and I watched every single game. And I knew during every single game they're going to win a championship. Do you know how beautiful the ride is to a championship when you know it's going to happen and every night you're watching and you're seeing the nuances and blah, blah, blah? Do you know how beautiful of a feeling it is? Some of y'all need to get on board with the fact that the Miami Dolphins are about to win the Super Bowl. Because you don't want to have an expectation all year that we're not going to win a Super Bowl. Then next year, we're in the AFC Championship game and we win. We're like, oh my gosh, we're going to the Super Bowl. I think we might win. That's beautiful, but it doesn't have the same effect. It does not give you the same glory inside. I promise y'all, you want to feel something great? You want to feel something just, oh my God. And just think about it. You get to talk trash all year about what's going to happen and it happens. Oh, it's 10 times better than just, it ain't going to happen, then it happens. And now you want to come back and talk trash. It ain't the same. It's not the same. Trust me. Get on board with the fact that the Miami Dolphins are about to win the Super Bowl. Well, why would I get on board, TD? Now, that's what this show is about. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. I was having some good conversation with homie EM. We've been talking a lot off camera. I mean, we talk a lot off camera, period. And we were just having a good conversation. And he was like, bro, he stopped me and he said, bro, this conversation is supposed to be live right here. And I said, you're right. I got a window now too. Let me go ahead and go live. And he might, if he finds the time, he might actually join us this morning. But let's talk about it. Number one, what does it take to win a Super Bowl? What does it take to win a Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen? What does it take? Let me help people understand that there is no perfect team to win a Super Bowl. Every team, every year in the NFL has a flaw, no matter how good you think they are. Even Tampa Bay had a flaw last year, whether you want to recognize it or not. Even if that was as simple as they had young players in key positions. Every team. But when you start to get into the areas of what you need to win a Super Bowl, some of the big things that come to play. A defense. Ladies and gentlemen, we have built a defense that is a powerhouse and going to be a powerhouse. We have two excellent corners on the boundary in Xavier Howard and Byron Jones that bring different aspects of the game. Xavier Howard is the ball hawk who flips the game, changes adds points to this team from getting turnovers, giving us more opportunities. Byron Jones is the guy where you don't want to throw his side because you basically wasting a play more than you're not. And then we have the safety play over the top to back those guys up. Eric Rowe is one of the superior safeties on tight ends in the NFL, ladies and gentlemen. When you go up against guys like Derek Waller and stuff like that, ain't no safety in the league really putting them in clamps. That's just the reality. But we have actually, we're going to talk about that. I ain't going to get there yet. But we have a premier safety in Eric Rowe. Isn't that crazy that a year ago before the season started, man, we got Eric Rowe as safety. He's not even a true safety. Everybody ragging on that, talking crap, but he is actually a premier safety at the position. Real talk. Shout out to Derek with the donation, said $1 for every dub this year. Let's go, TD. The defense about to be nasty. Ooh! Oh, man. Hey, but Derek, man, you $2 short. We won last weekend. We gonna win against Cincinnati. Those count too. I'll just messing with you, man. But then you bring in Brandon Jones, who is going to be on a second year, who has gotten better as a player as well, who we all thought would be the future. But that's crazy because you bring in Javon Holland too. So we got two guys back there that can hold a fort down. Here's the deal. Sometimes you got mediocre corners, but great safeties to have their back. But we got great corners with really good safeties. Like people are going to have a hard time getting anything to go out there in that secondary. This is what we've built on the defense, to where we've built a defense where everything needs to either stay underneath, or you need a lot of time to throw the ball to be successful. And last year, that's what we had. We had where you got to keep everything underneath. And if you beat us deep, it'll be rare, which all teams get beat deep. And on top of that, I didn't even mention Javon Holland is a guy who's going to be getting turnovers as well. He's a ball hawk too. But anyway, you got the secondary, but last year you didn't have the pass rush. I know we all raved about, Emmanuel Ogbah got back there, but we didn't have a consistent pass rush threat on both sides. Now you got Jalen Phillips returning to practice already making noise out there, getting in the backfield. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. I already told y'all. See, and the crazy thing is, believe it or not, he may not even start. They might just take their time with him and allow him to come in and give you reps that show you what time it is and what he's going to be. Because we have so many weapons on the edge, and here's the beautiful part of what we got on the edge. Some of the guys, you know who they are, and some of them you don't. And I ain't talking to Dolphin fans there. We're talking to the world. You got all these guys in the interior. I'm not even going to mention. We got the proper rotations on the interior where we can stop the run game and get pressure up the middle. The only concern in that regards would have been the edge, and Emmanuel Ogbah's returning, ready to do damage. And now you got Zyler, Van Ginkel, you got all of these guys who they love to rotate out on that edge and send pressure in different ways. And the beautiful thing about it is everybody we have on that flex end are really good in pass coverage as well. But I don't think everything I said right now is a surprise. The secondary is good. We've gotten a better pass rush because we were already decent. And the real question on the defense was stopping the run and the linebackers. And that's why they went and got Benarjic McKinney. This guy's been all over the field in camp. But guess what? And Landon Roberts has found his way back into the starting lineup. He's balling out. And don't forget, I think y'all forgot about dang, I don't know. I just had his name on my tongue. Gosh, I've been saying his name all week. We just forgot about him. Gosh. Sam Aguavin. I see how it is. We used to say Aguavon, Aguavin, Sam. We forgot about Sam. Sam was supposed to be that guy that broke out last year, but we brought so much talent in, it got difficult. And now it seems like he's turning the corner and becoming that guy who can come in and give you quality reps, regardless of if anyone gets injured or anything. And above all, when it comes to this defense, let me tell you what's the most beautiful thing about this defense. It don't matter who gets hurt. We good in the backup. If Byron or X goes down, we got guys who are out here balling out That's why you bring in a veteran like McCourty, not what he used to be, but still could play quality football at a minimum at the level that Eric Rose playing safety. You see how that works? Nick Needham is out here. Nick Needham gonna get that bag. Nick Needham is going to get that bag. I got to give a special shout out to EM on this one. Everybody knows it. We rave about it on this channel. Before anybody knew who Nick Needham was, EM's been sitting there beating the table. Nick Needham's going to be that guy, and we kind of like, okay. Oh, my gosh. Right whenever I say his name, man. What's up, man?
Needham. What's going on, man?
I'm good, man. I'm talking to the people about this season, man. It's crazy, man. And I was just telling them, you've been one of the first ones to call the Nick Needham move when we all were out here, not doubting it, but just like, okay, we'll believe it when we see it, man. And
you had it right the first time. There was a lot of hate going on. There was a lot of ridicule that was going on with that projection I was making about this player. Let's keep it.
I didn't hate on him.
No, I'm just saying, not you per se, but I mean, there was a lot of our fan base that was calling EM a fool for, number one, putting the kid on the map, and also making a projection for him. I felt like he coming out of UTEP that year, I thought he would get drafted, but obviously he wasn't. But I thought I was big on him pre-draft. 2019 draft, and I thought it was somebody the Dolphins would. He would be ideal scheme wise, and you're seeing that projection come to fruition now. So he's turned out to be a good player for us. So I'm not surprised at all by this kid's development. So,
and that's what I love overall about it all. If one of our starting corners go out, we have at least 2 to 3 guys who could come in and play quality football. And back them up for some time, much more developed than they used to be. Same thing with the linebacking core, same thing on the interior defensive line. And this is a point that I was about to bring up, and you might be able to help me with this list. This is what makes the difference for the Dolphins that tell you they're doing something right. There's this old saying, you have to be able to develop players to have long-term success. And you have to be able to get players through the draft, right? I'm not going to sit here and say that we've been the most successful with getting players from the draft. But what I will say is, if you're mediocre getting players through the draft, you're going to suck unless you do one thing: develop players that don't even get drafted. Think about the players we have on this roster, bro. I mean, how many do we have on defense that we didn't even draft, or we got as an undrafted player or from the CFL, like Sam McGuavin and those type of guys? How many of those guys are on the defense? Because some of them, like, can you go through some of them with me?
Well, to me, the one that sticks out the most is Zach Sealer. Yes. I mean, for them to poach him off of, I don't know what Baltimore was on when they let this kid get out of their building. But he was a 7th round draft pick. He might have been undrafted. He was definitely a minimum late round pick. And he was on the Baltimore Ravens' practice squad. Because you remember, TD, back on your show, because I remember during the draft process, him being highlighted during that whole process. And he's a player that he was on that my player watch list. And so when the Dolphins got him, because I wanted to be sure. I wasn't sure that this was that was him that I remember from that pre-draft process. And so I went back and I was like, oh, that's him. And when they got him, I mean, bro, practice squad guy, immediately get him, bring him in. And I mean, I think he was in-house probably a week, 2 weeks max. And I think he was inserted into the starting lineup, I think, against the Bengals. You immediately saw this kid show up on tape. And he's been making plays for us ever since. So Zach Sealer is definitely a player that comes to mind, that the Dolphins, again, finding gems in places that other teams can't. Obviously, your Nick Needhams. Jamal Perry is another player. I mean, I know he's not a significant contributor, but he's on this roster, and I look for him. I think he's going to make the roster. And I think he's going to be a significant contributor this year. Versatile player, can play safety as well as corner. Um, you mentioned Sam McGuavin. He appears to be taking that next step in terms of his overall development. You see the growth that these two and I understand it's preseason, but I know a lot of people. He had a big game the last game, but the Chicago game is what stuck out to me. I talked to I had the conversation with you as well as Reason. I said, bro, I'm telling you, man, Sam McGuavin, bro, that Chicago game, he was just flashing. He didn't have the statistical game he had last game, but he was just jumping all over the TV screen for me.
And you see how he did it. You see how he did it. He did it in the flow. It wasn't anything forced. He did it in the flow of the defense and just worked hard and made plays.
Exactly. And yeah, man, he seems to be taking that next step. He's I think if I'm Vince Beagle, bro, I'm starting to get a little nervous here. You know what I mean? Because I think his ascension up that depth chart is going to make him expendable, I think. But Sam McGuavins of the world. Let me see. But even taking flyers on guys that,
What about Trill Williams?
Trill Williams as well. But I hadn't really. It's such a small sample size with him, so I'm gonna pump the brakes in terms of my. Yeah, it's a little early. I need a little more to properly evaluate him. But even just taking flyers on through free agency. Now, again, I know I've been up front and I've been critical of I don't think the Dolphins have to this point have and I know it might be impossible to do that, but I just think there are in terms of first round investment going back to 2020 and some of the free agency dollars, they were not as responsible as I would like to be in terms of the allocation of resources. But they have done a lot of good things. So look at what they find with Emmanuel. Emmanuel Ogbo was a complete afterthought this league.
Yeah. It's crazy how that works.
Yeah. He was a second-round pick coming out of Oklahoma State. He's drafted with Cleveland, I believe, and underwhelming durability issues. Was a cast-off. Goes to Kansas City. He was true enough before he got hurt. He was leading their team in sacks, but obviously the Kansas City Chiefs didn't prioritize him because if they would, he would still be on their roster at this point in time. And I bet if they can go back in time, if they could turn them clocks back, they would definitely reevaluate that decision. So, but to find him, he was basically a cast-off, in terms of the NFL. And look at the year they had. His first year, they get him in-house. Look at the immediate return they got on that investment. So, Jesse Davis. Let's talk about the offensive side of football. Jesse Davis.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah, I would a piece at a time, but ball game weighed in. He said it's okay. We felt the same about our guys. Both of them did what we expected them to do. Van Ginkel and Needham, future stars for the Dolphins.
I got to give ball game a lot of credit. I'll be the first to admit I wasn't the biggest Van Ginkel guy. But, I saw that when they selected him, I saw on tape at Wisconsin the fit that he could potentially have in his defense. Very versatile player. We all know his skill set. But I just was like, I wasn't a complete believer like Ballgame was. So I have to give him a lot of credit in that regard. But Van Ginkel, another fifth-round pick. See, that's where the Dolphins seem to be. Flores and Greer seem to be, at this point, they're getting the most return on those late round investments.
Late round picks.
I would like for them to, be better at picking at the top of the draft because, sure, finding late round gems, you know what I mean, in the later rounds, and sure that can make you a playoff team, but to elevate you to Super Bowl status, consistent Super Bowl status, and beyond. You got to start getting a bigger return on them higher round investments. So that's why I'm somewhat.
So let me push back. Let me push back on that for a second because I don't totally disagree with that. But is this not a Super Bowl defense?
Oh, absolutely. But again, it takes, it's just not defense. It takes every man 1 through 53 to win a championship. And I just think that in terms of on the offensive side of the football, in particular the offensive line, there's just a lot to be desired there. Now, we again, this process is still, this evaluation is still look somewhat premature because we have to let it play out. It's only the third, second and third year, so we'll see this year on if this line collectively can take that next step. But um, but I just look at what was available to the Dolphins, and I'm going back to
Yeah.
last year's draft in 2020. I'm just going back and I'm evaluating them as of the selections they made, and I'm cross referencing that to what was available. And so that's where I'm somewhat critical, bro.
And I agree with that. But, I feel like almost every team in some way or another can also say that to a degree,
That's true, but that's what you get paid. You get paid the big
Yeah.
dollars to hit. That's what
Yeah.
you get paid for.
But you're not
That's
going to
what
hit
you get paid
everything.
for.
You're not going to hit everything. And at the end of the day, time always tells. We always say that over here. Time always tells how it all works out. We're going to shift to the offense in a little bit. But last thing on the defense I wanted to discuss with you real quick is, did our defense get better? Because we already had a good defense. Because this is what I want people to understand. And this is what I believe. I believe our defense got better. Like, it's the same defense as last year, but you have certain players in certain areas that are more experienced in the system. Not only more experienced in the system, have gotten better, perfecting their craft, and we've brought in valuable pieces in the areas that we struggled on defense, like adding more edge pressure, locking down the edge pressure from a contractual standpoint. Also, run game. I mean, I can't say enough about Bernard McKinney. Do you see that we gotten better? Like, we were already good and we've gotten better.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Going back to last year, we wound up at the end of the year, fifth overall in total in scoring defense. But we ranked, average to slightly below average in other statistical categories. In particular, the run game, we were, 23rd or 24th, I think, in the league in run defense. And we gave up a lot of passing yards last year, believe it or not. So, but the most important statistic is scoring. But I would like this defense, going into the offseason, I said they need to address obviously the run defense, and they need to address, giving up so many passing yards. And so I think the Dolphins did exactly that. They reinforced the front seven. You bring in 18th overall pick with Jalen Phillips. You bring in John Jenkins, which he should never have gotten out of off our team in the first place. Yeah. And you're projecting the growth from Braquan Davis, hopefully Christian Wilkins, Zach Zeiler. You bring in Adam Butler, and bro, all of a sudden you're looking at, from a depth standpoint, we have one of the more imposing front sevens in the entire NFL, in my opinion. So I think that will definitely go a long way to us. We should see immediately a significant. And did I forget my boy Bernard McKinney as well? A true Mike linebacker that's very good at the point of attack, plays through traffic, and is instinctive as any middle linebacker in the league, in my opinion. So with all of these additions, there is no doubt in my mind this team has improved. Also, in terms of addressing they addressed the run defense, but also addressing giving up so many passing yardage. I think the Dolphins, with the selection of with Jalen Phillips, if he can get up to speed in time, throughout he improves throughout the season. The Dolphins are looking at their overall scheme. They're looking at, okay, what two areas do we need to get better in? Run defense, and I think organic pass rush was the focus of the Dolphins in the offseason. And they brought in, you're forecasting growth from Andrew Van Ginkel. You're forecasting, Agba having maybe, hopefully, a better year than what he had off last year. And then also you bring in an 18th overall pick. So those two things happen. Two issues I have what I'm looking at this team overall. I know we're talking about defense right now, but overall, the two glaring issues that I think will determine how far we can go is balance on offense and organic pass rush for me. If those two things, if you can establish those two issues, I mean, those two, if you can establish those two, I guess issues or what point, if we can establish those two things within our team, the sky's the limit truly for this team overall, bro, in my opinion.
And for those who don't understand organic pass rush, that means just sitting your front, being able to generate pressure without always having to send a fifth or
scheme
sixth
it
guy.
up. Right,
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
right. So if those two issues are resolved, Tua has balance. Tua has a run game to lean on. Because I think Tua would be absolutely dynamite. If we have a consistent run game that Tua can lean on, it is not far fetched. Knowing how skilled he is, in addition to the playmakers that we have at the skill position, we just talked about this 10, 20 minutes ago. I mean, it is not out of the realm of possibility, in my opinion, that Tua Tagovailoa could take that second year, and I mean in terms of MVP conversation, that Patrick Mahomes took, that Lamar Jackson took. Josh Allen took that significant leap last year as well. I don't think it's out of realm of possibility, TV, to be honest with you.
So let's switch over to offense then, since we're talking about Tua, because we did just have that conversation. Because you said that he has the possibility to be the MVP candidate, and I started to talk to you about the simple fact that I see where the numbers can be there. And if those numbers are there, and collectively as a team, we are winning games, he will be in that MVP conversation. I know a lot of people say he can't be. I've actually said it a few weeks ago. I don't see an MVP player, but when you have a defense like this, and you know that he is going to destroy teams when they run zone, and me and you have had this conversation back and forth, but all I need Tua to do is be average in man-to-man coverage. And he's going to be in that conversation, because you made a good point when we, had arguments and stuff about this. Every quarterback typically struggles in man-to-man pressure. There's a combination. Everybody always talk about, oh, this quarterback is actually good in man-to-man, or this quarterback is actually good against pressure. We're talking about the combination of the two, man-to-man and pressure, where a lot of teams try to force you to go to your first read. If he could just be average in that area, this man is going to be in the MVP conversation, because a lot of people, they look at, Saturday, he almost had 200 yards, a touchdown, all those completions versus incompletions. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think that we're going to establish the run to open up the pass. I'm truly convinced now that we're going to establish the pass to open up the run. What do you think?
Oh yeah, you're not too far. I agree, TD. You're not too far off that. But I think in terms of the approach, I think it'll be on a week to week basis. If we have, I think we could come out. We could see a scenario where the Dolphins come out and they're playing a team that might be a little softer in their front seven, to where we can have a clear advantage in terms of maybe a more run based approach. And I could see us going just like the New England Patriots. How many times we've seen over the years where we saw. Remember that time? I think it was when we played the Patriots, where Belichick ran the ball 15 straight possessions against us that year. So I can see the Dolphins. Flores, and he's alluded to this consistently since he's been our coach. It's all about matchups. They want to be in a situation where no matter how a team is constructed, we're able to match up with them on a multitude of levels. And I think they've done that from a personnel standpoint. So in terms of the approach, I think it's going to be on a week-to-week basis. But the strength of this team, let's not get it twisted, is obviously at the skill positions, wide receiver and tight end. So, that is where I agree with you, because you want to play to your strengths if you're a coach. So, but still, with that being said, obviously the strength is at the skill positions, but I still think it's going to be on a week-to-week type situation in terms of the in terms of the approach that they have.
Are you panicking about the O-line? Do you have any real issues? Because a lot of people seem to keep on bringing up the O-line. I'm one of those individuals. I'm fine. I think that our O-line is just going to be eclipsing a point where they're sustainable and will get better. I am fine with our O-line right now. Am I impressed? Am I we're about to dominate, we got a best? No. But I'm fine, because every team, I don't care if you win a Super Bowl, every team has a flaw. It's just a matter of it's just a matter of what is the flaw and how much of a flaw is it. Is our O-line to a point to where they're going to ruin our Super Bowl chances? Like here's what I mean. Defense is playing top 3. Weapons are getting off and getting at it. The running game is getting established and Tua's playing great football. Is our O-line at a state right now where they can ruin our Super Bowl, or are they good enough to where we can still win a Super Bowl?
Well, I think what it comes down to is who will we possibly be playing in the Super Bowl? If we're playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have probably number 1 overall, the most imposing front 4 in all of football, in my opinion, as well as 2 outstanding linebackers, I would be worried. I would not sleep that night if we wound up playing Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl. But with that being said, in terms of us getting to from a playoff perspective, I'm not going to say I'm totally comfortable with this offensive line. Austin Jackson, the first 2 games has been a huge issue for me. You look at the tape, bro, and it's just, man, constant pressure. And he just don't have that anchor. It appears right now. He's just not able to anchor because he's consistently getting pushed back into his lap. And Tua has to immediately, readjust what he's doing, to overcompensate of what Austin Jackson is not doing. So in terms of wrecking our season, no, I'm not that concerned because I think Tua is good enough, even at this early stage in his career. He's good enough to navigate around those issues. But again, I would be much more comfortable if, again, it goes back to the run game, because we don't get our offensive line doesn't get exposed, and that applies to any offensive line in football. They don't get exposed unless they're one-dimensional on offense and they wind up consistently in 3rd and long type situations. That is where teams get in trouble. So how do you remedy that situation? You establish that run game on 1st and 2nd down, and it remains consistent. So that, to me, is the best way to protect Tua this year, is to establish the run game to consistently put the opposition in 3rd and short type situations to where when they're defending you on 3rd down, which is the money down, they have to account for the run as well as the pass. So, but with that being said, I'm not completely comfortable by any stretch. However, I don't think it's going to wreck our season in terms of playoff aspirations. But there's a lot to be desired there. There's development that definitely needs to be there.
And I understand that piece of it, but here's my thing. Even Austin Jackson, let's stick on him for a second. Here's my thing. Does he look like a great left tackle right now? No, but here's what I don't understand. He also gives you good reps.
This is true.
And the bad reps, the job still gets done. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it may rely on Tua to get it out quicker or make up for it, but that's football. It's you see what I'm saying? He gives you good reps, and then the bad reps aren't ending the play. It isn't. Now, of course, sometimes it may, but who doesn't have it sometimes? Like Tua made, like, remember we were talking earlier about that Mac Hollins catch across the middle, the deep end. That was one where he got blasted on. But it got done. You see what I'm saying? Like
I get it.
And another thing. I see plays where Austin Jackson holding his block 1 second, 2 seconds. Oh, he's starting to get beat. The ball is out the quarterback hand in 4 seconds, and the quarterback may get pushed. It was a hurry, but it's a win. Let's go. Let's play. Like things aren't going to be perfect, and that's kind of how I feel.
I agree, TD. To some degree, but you don't want to live in that realm. Sure, every offensive lineman gives up pressure. Everyone, whether that be Bakhtiari, who's considered arguably the best left tackle in football, to Jesse Davis. Everyone gives up pressure. However, you just don't want you don't want your quarterback in a situation to where 50% of his dropbacks, he immediately have to account for what the instability on that left side. You just don't want to live there. And so,
unless your quarterback is just so good in that area, and I don't care. People call me a hater or whatever. That's something I've always credited Tua Tagovailoa with. The pocket presence, his ability to slide up, his ability to just feel it and wane to one way. It's superior. It is.
I get it, but
it's superior.
I get it, but he's a second-year guy, TD. You don't want
to. It doesn't matter.
Again, we talked about this before. Additional pressure that you put on a second-year player. Sure, Tua is advanced relative to his rookie status and where he is in his second-year status in the league. Sure, he is, but I don't care if you're Tua Tagovailoa in his second year or Tom Brady in his 30th. You don't want your quarterback. You don't want to be in a situation where your quarterback immediately is thinking pre-snap, okay, everything else that he has to worry about, diagnosing pre-snap what the defense looks he's giving him, and then post-snap as well. Everything that they have to do for every rep to be successful, you don't want to add additional pressure onto that, especially a young quarterback. You don't want to live there. That's all I'm saying.
This is where I disagree, and I'm actually shocked that you feel that way, because I'm actually going to give Tua even more credit than that. Yes, me. Listen, this is where I disagree with you. He's not, bro. I feel like this man is so superior in the pocket from a pressure standpoint. He's not thinking about it. He's not worried about it. He has the natural. No. Go watch the film. This man is a natural. It is a part of the DNA where he is not worried about it. His body is moving in such a way where it's like you don't see the glitch of him looking or anything. It's just like from the snap of the ball, he already feels it and is already weighing.
Nobody, TD, I'm not disputing that, bro. First off, nobody watched more tape on this kid than me. Okay, first, A, and B, nobody's saying that he doesn't. But why would you want your quarterback to automatically add 50% of the dropbacks that you have to account for pressure for?
Because it's not 50%. We just highlight the 30 to make it look like it's 50. But let's talk about the 30.
But even 30% of the dropback, that's horrible.
I agree, but to me, that's maximizing what you have, and let me tell you why. You don't have a quarterback who's that superior against the pressure, sitting there, never having to use it. You can sacrifice that because he's so good. This is what I said about Watson, man. Watson is the guy that makes the O-line. He can do it with the terrible O-line, but he also does it with the arm and everything. Tua that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the fact that even with a line that ain't great, I'm going to make up for it. And yeah, you don't want him to have to, but that's the point. If he can, you live with that.
Well, okay. No, you look at the approach that Tampa Bay took with Tom Brady. They invested crazy amounts of resources to stabilize his line up front. Look at just what the Kansas City Chiefs did for Patrick Mahomes. Now they were just in the Super Bowl. And you saw the issues that he had up front that he had to deal with. What did they do? Made huge investments to ensure that their quarterbacks are protected. So you're talking about a second-year player, TD. Those are the best of the best. And you saw the approaches that their organization took to stabilize things up front for them. Bro, I want that same application for Tua Tagovailoa. And all I'm saying is this. I'm not saying Tua doesn't have good pocket presence.
Brady's more athletic? No,
it's not all about athleticism, TD. It's not all about that.
It's not all about it, but that's a big part of why you don't want to. Brady has great pocket awareness, but he also doesn't have the physical traits to do some of the things Tua can do in the pocket. Brady ain't got the body where he pulling away from a defender that get his hand on him.
But he's very good at navigating inside the pocket, though, bro. He's very Dan Marino-like.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the combination of being able to get a hand put on you and still get out of it.
My point is, you don't want to live there. You want things to stabilize. Coaches want every rep to remain on schedule. That's what they want. Whether you have Lamar Jackson back there or you have Patrick Mahomes. So what is the biggest threat to that rep getting off schedule is pressure up front. No coach wants to be live in that realm, bro. Nobody does.
But this is where
so why do you put that added pressure, additional pressure on a second-year quarterback?
We're not trying to put it on him. What I'm saying is the line is good enough right now. That's all I'm saying. We don't want to, but it's what we have. But it is good enough. It's okay. And
to
what I'm saying,
to the playoffs, yeah, absolutely.
To win a Super Bowl, yep. Bro. Here's my thing about it. You keep on bringing up the point of you don't want to live there, but that's where the narrative is skewed. We're not living there. Living there would be more than 50% of the time. This isn't happening on 60% of the freaking plays.
Listen.
And it ain't always just him.
I would agree. I'm just not saying it's just the offensive line. There are times, we talked about this earlier, where, even the last game, there were plays to make that Tua just didn't see. He was holding on to the ball. He was locked in on an area of the field, not just one guy per se, but an area of the field where he didn't have the time. And then he didn't see the initial read that was open because his attention was elsewhere, but he didn't have the time to come back to that open read because of the pressure and the instability up front. My point is, TD, man, I lost my train of thought, bro. I'm sorry. What are we talking about? I'm sorry.
It's fine. It'll come back. But let me say this then. I've seen great quarterbacks behind a line of scrimmage.
Oh, okay.
That know how to navigate a line of scrimmage. I've seen great quarterbacks have less than mediocre old lines win a Super Bowl.
But that's the point. You said great quarterback. Is Tua great yet? We don't know what Tua is going to be.
Well, I know that we're riding on that potential, but at the same token, come on, bro. Let's go in a. You started it out whenever you first came on. Well, you said it about 15 minutes ago. Tua can have that MVP caliber season.
He could. I don't know. But that's a high TD. That is all projection, bro. I don't know what Tua is going to look like.
I get the projection, bro, but what would hold him back from doing that?
I think, it could be the O-line. It could be, if his growth is stunted at some point for some reason, and that could be attributed to the O-line. It could be. It's a lot of variables that could hinder Tua. But the thing is
my point. I've seen quarterbacks win a Super Bowl with not a great O-line in their first or second year.
Who?
Russell Wilson. Now watch. I already know what you're about to say. See, this is one thing that people always think Russell Wilson had a great line. No, they always ran 6 and 7 man offensive lines. Routes.
Okay, but the thing is though, they were top what, 2 or 3 in rushing offense.
Bro, you make it seem like Russell didn't put no work in.
I'm not saying that at all, but in terms of his reads were simplified compared to the responsibility he has now. That's a fact. They were number one. They were top 5 run defense. I mean, they had one of arguably historically great defense. So they had a great run defense, and they were top 5, they probably were number 1 in overall in rushing. In addition to with what Russell Wilson contributed, with his improvisation. So they had that to lean on. We don't have that.
So collectively,
we don't know what this rushing offense is going to look like, bro.
So you don't think that this offense could be better than the Seattle offense?
What, in their championship year?
Yeah.
Or what do you mean?
Yeah, championship year. The year they won it. He got his money and ruined everything.
In my opinion, again, this is just a projection. I think, yeah, they could. Because I think Tua at year 2 is further along in his development than what Russell Wilson was in year 2, right? But like I said, they had Marshawn Lynch, bro, arguably a Hall of Fame running back.
I get it.
Tua don't have that. You know what I'm saying?
We're talking about overall offense, but you know what? I gotta stop. I gotta pause for a second because I want to get your thoughts on this because just talking about this made me think of something. Could we be better than the Legion of Boom?
if the Dolphins, the only question mark I have is the pass rush from an organic standpoint. And I've said this consistently. If the if the pass rush from an organic standpoint develops, this team could be historically good.
So do me a favor. Legion of Boom is 10 out of 10. Where's our defense right now as it stands?
As it stands right now, I would say we're at an 8. That's without me seeing, without a regular season rep, we're at an 8 right now.
And
like
we
I
have
said,
the potential, and we have a potential to hit that 10.
Oh, absolutely! I'm telling you, if we can generate consistent pressure without having to scheme pressure, 75-80% of the time, this defense has a chance to be historically good. I'm a firm believer of that, bro. So
y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Can this defense this year be better than the Legion of Boom? Y'all put that in the comment section. We love to know what y'all think about that, man. Go ahead.
But if you look at how we're constructed, though, I mean,
yeah, that's my thing. How we're constructed, and even if someone gets hurt, I feel like we got the next man up that's viable.
Mm-hmm. Overwhelming depth, bro. Overwhelming depth.
It's crazy to me. Now, let me shift. Let's shift real quick. Wide receiver room. We had some recent cuts and IRs made, which made life a lot easier for decision making. Still some tough decisions to be made. I know that we had who was put on IR again? I'm tripping.
It was Lynn Bowden.
Bowden Jr.
And Hearns. Hearns went to IR too.
In Hearns, that shallowed the room, but I am a little shocked. I know that you weren't shocked, and maybe it's just me. But Foster, I just felt like he was balling all camp, and all of a sudden, waived him.
No, from what the reports that I saw, sure he had a couple of good games or whatnot, but I don't think from the reports that I read, he wasn't as consistent as a lot of these other players. No, I didn't think he had a very good chance to make the roster from anyway. So,
but good enough to get purged out there and free agency.
Yeah. He's got it. He's got that skill set and he's got that trait that every team covets, and that's long speed, that's vertical speed, and he'll be able to catch on with another team, bro.
And somebody said Foster is on IR. He's back on the fence. Well, that's news to me. From my understanding, it was an injury waived, not injury IR, which means that there was some type of injury, but they also waived him. And I'll double check on that just in case. But let me say this as well. Isaiah Ford is out of there, but I think that might have been the writing on the wall. Because we had already done that a few times, plus traded him at one point. And continue to bring him in. It's a guy that, if he loves Miami so much, may still end up on the practice squad if he's eligible. I don't know how the rules are this year on that. I got to check. But I got to talk real quick. Does Kirk Merritt make this team?
I think so, TD. I think.
Who's out then? Somebody's out if he does.
Well, who's out? I'll say, when I say Kirk Merritt is going to make this team, I'm a little biased because I really am intrigued with this kid's skill set. I think in addition to all the other vertical elements that we have, in addition to Kirk Merritt, I mean, that would just heighten the overall, in terms of, striking fear in defenses, because he's another 4-3-1 guy that the defense has to account for. But with that being said, I think it's going to come down to Jakeem Grant and Kirk Merritt. That's what the last, I think, the wide receiver that they carry over, that makes the 53-man roster. It's going to come down between Grant and him, bro.
But how does it come down to those two when Grant would automatically win it, in my opinion, for the given fact he has special teams on his side? It's like an automatic disadvantage, because here's what we have left. Let's get rid of IR right now. Here's what we got left. Malcolm Perry, right?
Oh, he's gone.
Kirk Merritt.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of those guys are the top 7. So
Hey, so we got what? Parker. We
Parker,
have
Fuller,
Fuller,
Waddle.
Albert Wilson,
Yep, that's
Waddle,
4.
We're at 4.
Mac
Matt
Hollins,
Collins, we're at 5.
Preston Williams.
Oh snap! Why do I keep forgetting about Preston Williams?
Yeah.
Preston Williams
That's
and
6. That's 6 right
the
there.
6.
And if you go 7, you got Grant, you got Merritt, and Malcolm Perry.
Like I said, it's going to come down. I think they're going to carry 7, and I think it's going to come down to Kirk
Some
Merritt
people talking about
and
6.
me personally, I would carry 7 because I don't want to repeat
Exactly.
what transpired last year. Pretty much all of these receivers are fragile. We know that. Let's be real. They've all had durability issues. So I don't want to repeat what happened last year. Guys going down and then nobody you don't have a something comparable to step up and give you that, close to that same type of level of production. No, I don't want that. So I'm carrying 7. It's going to come down to, I just have to really look at, because see, one thing with Kirk Merritt is this, okay, this is his 2nd year, right? You can always just put him, if you opt to go with Jakeem Grant. I'm not saying I would do that, but one thing about Jakeem Grant, he does bring a lot of value in terms of special teams. We all know that. So obviously the Dolphins covet, special teams. And, and then one thing about Grant, he's another 4-3 sub, he's 4-3-1, 4-3-2 guy that defenses have to account for. And like it or not, he has established a rapport with Tua. Tua seems to like, to prefer to throw to him at times. And so you can always put Kirk Merritt back on the practice squad and protect him. That's the thing. Because see, go back to last year. They put him on the practice squad last year, but they left him unprotected all season. Not one. I think he came up for the Arizona game. Every other game of the season, they left him unprotected. So, and to me, who knows why, but anyway, they can always just put him back on the practice squad, but keep him protected. Because I think now with the growth that we've seen, just from him, transitioning as a natural wide receiver, this year I think teams, just like we're privy to that tape and information. Every 31 other teams are as well. And I think this year if they put him on a practice squad and leave him unprotected, some team will come and get him this year.
So let's do this real quick. Your top 3 wide receivers from a base standpoint: Devontae Parker, Will Fuller, Jalen Waddle. That's what I got. Okay. And hopefully that's what it is. I don't want the Albert Wilson over Jalen Waddle. This kid has showed that he can go ahead and be the guy day one. So who's the backup to Fuller and Parker?
I think it's going to be Waddle and Albert Wilson. I think they'll be your 2 primaries.
No. We talk about the outside.
Oh, okay.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. Well, obviously Preston Williams, I think, will be. He's a primary boundary guy. I think it would probably be. Yeah, I could say that. They
and Albert Wilson is the backup to Waddle.
So you really think Waddle is starting over Albert Wilson? Really? Okay.
No. I don't think he is, but that's what I feel like needs to happen. This man, put it like this. Here's my point.
Mm-hmm.
Albert Wilson had 2 good weeks to start camp. Everybody remembered who he was and was just excited, and it was all the Tua. The hype was up.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, it's been mediocre play.
Well, no, they put him on the shelf. They were like, okay, well, I've seen enough. We're gonna put you. You just go. Just take it lightly. We're gonna put you on ice until the season starts. And I think they took that approach with all 3 of them. Their top 3 guys with him, Parker, as well as Fuller.
That ain't what I saw when I went to camp.
Okay, well,
but let me take a step further then.
Mm-hmm.
What has Albert Wilson done that Waddle hasn't proven he could already do on this level in camp?
Nothing. But the thing, what you do know with Albert Wilson, he's done it at this level. Waddle hasn't.
Yeah, but again, Number 6 overall.
I get it. I understand.
And not having any issues in camp.
I understand. But the objective is to put the best 11 out there on offense. Now, if he is close to Albert Wilson or exceeding him, well, okay, well, then it's a no-brainer. But if Albert Wilson is just, according to Omar Kelly, is been the most dominant receiver he's seen, he's been covering the Dolphins for 15 years from a practice standpoint.
And when he said the most dominant, when he wrote that,
he's been saying it all for the last 2 weeks. So that's what he said. That's the quote, the great Omar Kelly. That's what he's been saying. So I'm just saying, bro, the objective is to put the best, no matter what your draft status is to put the best 11 out there. If he's outperforming, if he's the better option, bro, you roll with Albert Wilson or Waddle. It could be Waddle, but then you put the best out there. That's what I'm saying.
See,
I don't care about the draft status.
I just feel like Waddle is already better.
Okay,
he's already better.
I get it.
I just personally, and I'm not at camp, right up in his face, all over the field.
I'm not offering any pushback on that at all. He's dynamic. I love Waddle. I'm so excited to see him this year in this offense. I'm not going to offer any pushback, but don't forget about Albert Wilson. Don't forget now.
Yeah, but Albert Wilson, what am I forgetting, bro? I mean, if you really want to be 1,000, we could go ahead and accumulate the last 3-4 years of Albert Wilson.
Before he was hurt, he was leading the league in yards per reception and yards after catch.
No, that was big, bro. Listen, hold on.
2018, bro. Is that not a fact? Is that not a fact?
Let me help you.
Is that not a fact? Did I lie?
It's a true fact and a false lie. This is what I be talking about. So let me break that down. See, thank you for saying that. So all y'all new listeners,
the floor is yours.
I throw out the term all the time. I always throw out true fact and false lie. All right. True lie and a false fact. It is true that he was number 1 with yards after the catch. Okay. But it's the context of that. 2018, he became number 1 in one game, y'all. And now, y'all, let's go down in history. 2018 versus the Chicago Bears. I went to the game. The man caught 3 bubble screens for 1 yard and took all 3 of them on average for like 70 yards for a touchdown.
Okay.
And that alone will almost secure you as the number 1 yards after catch guy for the season. 3 in one game, 3 of them averaging 70 yards. What y'all got to understand is he can catch 50 more balls for 5 yards and still lead the league in the average after that.
Well, we would have to to address your point, we would have to be sitting here and evaluate all the statistics every single game. Because see, I'm not willing, because I know how you love to manipulate the narrative. I know how you thrive on it.
No, I'm not. No. Real talk though, Ian. So go look at his numbers in that year. You have to realize how much of an impact that one game with Adam Gase calling them bubble screens. He threw 3 bubble screens, and this man took them for 70 and 80.
I understand. I understand, TD. I'm not disputing that game per se. What I'm saying is I don't have the complete data to properly evaluate, because I know how you love to manipulate the narrative. I know how you love
nobody. I'm calling the facts, and this is what I've been talking about.
So until we have all of the statistics in front of me to where I can properly evaluate, right?
Well, guess what? That's the point. I've already done it. Now you need to go do it to see. I see what he's talking about. When you go look at the numbers, you'll see what this man put up on Adam Gase with the 3, 4 yard, 5 yard catches that he was getting all season, and 3 bubble screens in an overtime game versus Chicago that we won, which I hated Kenyon Drake from that day 4 for fumbling on the goal line. And that's why they should have kept Frank Gorian.
But a lot of what Waddle does, what he did in Alabama, was yards after catch after he received short passing. He was in short passing type situations, right?
Yeah. But my whole point is Waddle is out there putting the moves and actually See, Albert Wilson is coming across the middle using his speed to get open. Waddle using speed and great route running to get it done.
Now, Albert Wilson is an excellent route runner.
Albert Wilson.
I think Albert Wilson is an excellent route runner, bro. I'm sorry. See, and again,
miss me with that.
And again, I'm not pushing back on your narrative of you'd rather go with Waddle. I'm not offering. All I'm doing is bringing all the intel.
I'm just saying, ain't
Albert Wilson.
But your only argument is he's already proven it in this league, though.
Yeah, which is the most important part of the evaluation. That's the most important part of the evaluation. You're going off projection, 100% projection with Waddle,
did he
bro.
prove it in this league where he couldn't stay on his own team?
Well, he only played for one other team, which was Kansas City, bro.
Okay, what happened?
Did the Dolphins trade for him, or was he a free agent? I'm not sure. Somebody in the comment section help me out. I'm not sure. Well, the point is he only played for one other team. You're acting like he played for 5 other teams, bro.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, I haven't been impressed like everybody else about Albert Wilson. He made a few plays here and there, and
he was versatile. He can play X, Y, or Z. He offers that versatility. Now, again, he's not the speed threat that obviously Waddle is. You go from a low 4.4, maybe high 4.3 guy to sub 4.3 in Waddle. Obviously, Waddle is more of a vertical threat. But
I don't remember trading for him, but let me make sure. I just thought we got him in free agency.
But Albert Wilson, bro, he gives you that position flexibility. I think Albert Wilson is poised for a big year, bro. To be honest with you. I'm an Albert Wilson fan. I cried.
Yeah, I get that, but when has he ever had a big year? That's my point.
I get it. I understand, but okay, define what big year is to you. You mean from an individual statistics standpoint? Because when I talk about big year,
you that guy.
Okay, but I mean, is he a true number one? No, maybe not. But Waddle ain't no. We don't know what Waddle is. You mean to tell me you're looking at Waddle right now and you're saying he's a true number one? Right now,
I'm not saying Waddle is the true number one, but he's that guy that's going to give you damage consistently.
Why did Albert Wilson do that when he was on the field?
No.
Okay.
That's the point. Y'all need to.
Well, that is where we part ways. That's where we part ways.
Come on, man. This man ain't, bro. How this man? Come on. How this man gonna do consistent damage? 2018, 391 yards. 2019, 351 yards. Ain't no such thing as consistent damage in them numbers. I mean, at least have an argument with 800 yards in a season.
Well, so you think Waddle's gonna get 800 yards this year? And that's why I asked you to define what. That's why I asked you. Hang on. So primarily you're just going off individual statistics, right?
No. I'm saying, right? When you sit there and throw out a narrative of consistently just eating, how you consistently eat.
So you're talking about
hold on. By the way, let me help you out. You remember 2018, what I was telling you about?
Mm-hmm.
He had 391 yards and led the league in yards at the catch. And guess how many receptions that was? Only 26. Do you see how we talk about all these receivers with 100 receptions? This man had 26. That's how 3 big receptions can skew your whole season.
No. Well, I look at, again, you're judging it based off individual statistics, right? I'm looking at, in terms of the evaluation and impact a player can have, you necessarily can't quantify. It doesn't get quantified in statistics. Look at the impact that he brought in terms of dictating coverage, opening up things up. And I'm not saying Waddle can't do that. I'm not saying that he can't do that. But what I'm saying is, look at the versatility. They're very similar players, TD. And I'm not pushing back on. Waddle being. If you're saying that you think Waddle's the better option, okay, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, in terms of if you're going in training camp and Albert Wilson is clearly now again, I haven't been to practice. I'm going off what the reports are saying, what they've consistently said. Omar Kelly, as well as others, has said this man looks twice like the player he looked like pre-injury 2018. And also, again, you know that this kid can do it at this level. You don't know that with Waddle, bro. Waddle hadn't taken a regular season snap yet. That's all I'm saying.
Bro, I am not going to allow a narrative that Albert Wilson impacted games for Miami in the past.
Okay.
Outside of a Bears game where he caught some bubble screens that Adam Gase set up for him.
That is
I am not going to allow that narrative. Is just not true. We've liked him because he's been a solid receiver, making plays here and there. But the biggest issue was there was no consistency of being a game. Outside of that one game, I did not.
There is more of a sample size than what you have with Jalen Waddle. Period.
Okay, stop it, man. We know that, but at the same token, number 6 overall in his first training camp, already doing everything you can do.
How many 6 overall picks? See, it's a little early to get my blood pressure up right now, bro. But you really working on my nerves right now. Okay. What I said was, TD, I said, if you're talking about training camp, and all reports indicated that before they put him on the shelf, he was clearly the most dominant player at that position in camp. That's what everyone was saying. Travis Wingfield, Omar Kelly, Joe Shad, et cetera. So again, that's what you're seeing now, him in practice, clearly separating himself, in addition to the sample size that you have in NFL actual games. That's why I'm leaning more towards him being the option, when you're comparing him and Waddle, because you don't know what Waddle is going to do because he hasn't done it yet. I don't get why that's so difficult to understand. The physical skill set is there, the versatility is there, and you're seeing it in camp. I'm not just going off 2018. So no, Waddle's done nothing in this league. See how fans are so quick to anoint and make, I know this guy's going to be this based off his draft status? Stop it. Y'all need to stop being so eager to anoint these players when they haven't achieved and earned a damn thing in this league. Stop it. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I'm good now. I'm good. I apologize. Yeah. Only TD Foolish talk can get me worked up like this. And you're clearly having a relapse right now.
Yeah. Albert Wilson is not better than Waddle, and he won't be better than Waddle.
Okay, well, we'll see. I'm gonna quote you. I'm gonna quote
you. No.
I'm gonna quote the great
Time
TD.
will tell. That's right.
Exactly. Time will tell. Just wait and see. We'll see. Just saying, man.
Go ahead and start the kid.
I don't want, and again, so we're clear, I don't want the haters to misconstrue and try to add or take away from what I am saying. I am not saying I don't have a problem either way, but what I'm saying is based off what a lot of people are seeing and based off his sample size of 2018 and the end of 2019. No, bro, you go with the proven commodity. And you deploy Waddle in spurts. I'm not saying he won't be. See, first off, just because you're a starter, okay, that doesn't mean Waddle won't get significant reps, enough to make enough of an impact to justify us taking him 6th overall. Just because he starts. No. But no, bro, I'm sorry, dude. It's just the nuances of the game that he's privy to that Waddle is not. You know what I'm saying? Sure, Waddle's playing against elite competition with Byron Jones and Xavier Howard and Nick Needham on a daily basis, but it's something totally different to where you're facing different competition. You got to learn different tendencies from other players on other teams. He's not privy to that type of the nuances of the game because he's a rookie. He hasn't done it, but Albert Wilson has. So until you do it, you show up, you've been there, you've done that. You don't know. You're a projection, bro. And I'm saying Albert Wilson is just not. And again, like I said, if the reports are accurate, this kid has been just decimating this defense, no matter who has been on him. Nah, bro, you go with Albert Wilson. You go with the proven commodity. I'm sorry. I love Jalen Waddle, but bro, it's the objective is to put the best 11 out
And he is in the best 11.
there. Okay, well, we'll see.
That's simple.
Time will tell. Time will tell. We'll see. We'll
I
see.
just can't believe what you're saying because that's okay. This is how I feel about that. That's like if we drafted Kyle Pitts, you're gonna put Gesicki out there as a starter. If Kyle Pitts comes in practice doing everything,
if he's outperforming him, absolutely. But if he's not, absolutely not.
Waddle is outperforming this man.
No, that's not what they're saying, bro. That ain't what they're saying.
Yeah, they always say what they listen. Let me tell you what they're saying. When they saw Albert Wilson the first 2 weeks and they were just blown away, they just let that carry. That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. They let it carry because even while being blown away, Waddle was still making his plays. They were just wow. You can tell Wilson is back. You can tell Wilson is back. Waddle, you say they put him on the shelf. You say they put Albert Wilson on the shelf.
Yeah, that's what I believe. That's what I think.
Bro, is he out there
all
practicing?
3 of them. Light practice, yeah. He's getting a light load. So sure.
I see him. Listen, I seen him catching balls from Brissett.
He's on light duty. He's on light duty right now.
I seen him catching balls from Brissett.
They're Will Fuller, Parker, Wilson are all on light duty right now.
Oh my gosh. Will Fuller, yes. And he suspended the first game. Parker, healthy, wearing a red jersey. I don't know. He might get traded, but who knows? We shall see. But
light duty. They're all 3 on light duty right now. They are trying to again, you know what you're getting with those 3. You know what you're getting. So why push the issue? No, put them on the shelf. You like what you saw, given the sample size in practice. Because again, bro, they see these players 6 days a week. They know how to evaluate better than everybody. They know what to look for and what will translate to the regular season. Obviously, they've seen enough, and they put them on ice. And I agree with that approach. They're veteran guys. They're up in, and it's not advanced age, but they're getting up in some age. All 3 of them are like on the other end of 27, 28. So, no, put them on ice, and this way you get quality reps out of your secondary guys. Waddle, Kirk Merritt of the world, Jakeem Grant of the world. Well, Robert Foster's not on the roster anymore, but all the other on-the-fringe guys. This way you get a better, they can get more reps to where you can get a more firm evaluation on them because they wouldn't be getting this playing time if your top 3 guys were playing. So, no, I agree with this approach. But we'll see. To quote the great TDPHINSTALK, time will tell.
It always does. Don't forget that at the
time will tell. But I'm serious about that. So eager, us as a fan, I don't put myself in that category because I don't do that. Oh, hell no. You got to earn it. Everything that I give you, as much money as I spent over the years on this team, oh, no, hell no. You're going to have to earn it. Anything, any accolade, any kind of, anything that I give you as a player, you're going to earn it.
No. Because whenever I had that when I had that approach about Tua last year, it was
No, you ain't never had that approach with Tua. It was World War III. No. Your approach, okay, was fueled by you never wanted him in the first place. You anointed Josh Rosen as our guy, right? That's true.
You gonna keep lying to the people, huh? Okay.
After two throws, you said Rosen was our guy. That's what you said. I'm just going by what you said, TD. Don't get mad at you. I'm not lying on you. I'm going by what you said.
Knows
after 2 throws.
When you lose in an argument, you bring up Josh Rosen every time.
Oh man. So listen, and I took that same approach with Tua last year. And you know the heat that I took. I don't give a damn about the heat, but I'm just saying these folks are coming. I mean, they were labeling me the rat. EM is a rat, and EM ain't this, and he's a Tua hater. Now, get out of here. No, I am holding every player, every person down to the janitor in this organization to the same level of accountability, you're going to have to earn everything EM Dolphin fan gives you. I'm sorry. I've been burnt too much over the years, falling in love with these players, and they flame out. And as much money as I done spent to show my loyalty to this organization, hell no. That's coaching. That's GM. That's the owner. That's the janitor. If the janitor,
you didn't have that energy last year.
Man, get out of here.
Earn a thing.
Get out of here.
If that janitor earn a thing.
If the janitor is not going in there and cleaning them toilets to the best of his ability, bro, guess what? I'm gonna light his behind on fire just like I would a player. Period. So that's just me, bro. Like it or love it, it makes no difference to me. But that's just my approach.
Listen, Waddle will be the guy.
And I'm not doubting that, TD.
You know what? Let's just do this. Here's the gauge, because we got to have a gauge on this. Time will tell. It's just who has a better season.
TD, I'm not, bro. I will not be surprised if Waddle winds up being a guy. I'm just telling you, as we're sitting here right now, what my approach would be to those two players. I'm just saying that.
And if he ends up being a guy, it just proves my point.
Okay.
It should, and if they don't do it day one, that's the thing. He's gonna have a better season than Albert. Matter of fact, Waddle is going to have more receptions and yards this year than Albert Wilson has ever had in a single year.
Okay. Well,
remember. Let me help you out now. Albert Wilson's most yards in a season, I think, was like sub 500.
Okay.
So in his career,
I would offer pushback on that, because I think the approach to this offense, considering all the playmakers you have 1 through 4, when they opt, 1 through 3, when they're basing out of 11 personnel, in addition to Mike Gesicki, I just take the ball to Tua's approach to the game. Waddle is not going to be highlighted enough to surpass those numbers. I think the ball will be evenly distributed amongst these playmakers. I truly believe that. And I think collectively, and I think that approach is just best overall for the offensive anyway, because defenses, it's easier to account for one guy when offenses highlight one guy, as opposed to having to account for 3 or 4 other guys. So I think the approach, why they brought in collectively this amount of talent, bro, is because of, it's hard to account for that.
Waddle,
it's hard,
bro. Albert.
So
Wilson
I don't think he'll be
150 yards a season.
Okay. I don't think Waddle will be. I don't think Waddle will be highlighted enough to surpass 500 yards in a season this year.
So you don't see Waddle passing 500 yards?
No, I don't. I think, again, like I said, bro, it's too many playmakers on this team. Now, Tua just, it's all about Tua, and I could be wrong. They could be hot. They featured him Sunday. It's a small sample size, but they clearly were making an effort to get the ball in his hands. But I just don't see that. I don't see that same approach with Parker, with Fuller, with Albert Wilson, all on the field together, and Mike Gesicki. No, Tua is going to survey the field. He's gonna find a weakness in the defense, and he's gonna go there.
Ladies and gentlemen, EM is said it live. I want y'all to remember this and hold him accountable, because I am. Waddle will not average 29 yards a game. That's what 500 yards is in a season. Waddle will not get 29 yards on average a game. That's all. You just remember you said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't think. I just don't. I don't think so, bro. I don't. I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna amass over 500 yards this year, bro. I just don't. I could be wrong. I just don't see it, bro.
Okay. So what? How many yards you think you see him with? 400? 3?
Again, like I said, I could be wrong, bro, but I just don't think. I don't think he's gonna. Again, like I said, bro, the offensive approach is not going to be to highlight and individualize Jalen Waddle. I just don't believe it with the other talent that we have, proven talent, I might add. Right? I think the one more likely to get 800 yards will be Will Fuller. At least 800 yards. I think it'll be Will Fuller.
So we ain't gonna have a 1,000-yard receiver.
No, I don't believe that. No. I think again, based off Tua's strengths, to his field vision, to his ability to distribute the football, right?
Yeah, man.
Evenly amongst his guys.
You digging yourself right now, bro.
I'm not, bro. I'm not. Okay, I'm just telling you.
Okay, what's Parker's projection?
I mean, it's all about health, bro. It's about health. I mean,
give me a projection. Give me a projection healthy. Because he got help now, so it ain't gonna always just come to him. What's it? You got Will Fuller at 800. I know you ain't got Parker.
I said he's more. If it's any of the wide receivers that are more likely to achieve that level, it would be Will Fuller.
All right, so give me Parker now. Just give me a roundabout.
I'm not good with numbers, TD. I don't know, bro. I mean, it's difficult to me to make that, bro.
Obviously.
It's difficult to me to sit here and say, oh, well, he's going to get there. It's just too many variables that come into a season, TD. Too many. Parker and Fuller could go down week 1, and then all of a sudden, Waddle is elevated, and he might, they might individualize him and highlight him more. You know what I mean? And that will, cause his numbers to go up and exceed what my expectation is for him. It's just so many variables, bro. So y'all can play them games if you want to about, well, I think he's going to. I never do that. But I just think for him, you're saying that he's going to be our leading receiver this year. That's what you're saying?
Who?
Waddle.
No.
Okay, well, who's going to be our leading receiver this year?
I got Will Fuller being the leader as well, but I got Will Fuller.
Well, what the hell are you offering? Well, what the hell are you offering pushback on this?
No. Because your projections are so low.
It's not. It's really not, TD, because
bro, I think you basically you're on pace for Tua to pretty much throw for about 2,800 yards.
No, not at all.
It's okay.
I'm not. No. Actually, I was being facetious. I'm very good at doing numbers. No. Tua's going to exceed. I look for him about 38 to 42, somewhere in between there. So, but what I'm saying is, in terms of individual statistics, bro, it will be distributed evenly. Not just between the wide receivers, but you got to decide. Gesicki himself had 700 last year.
Mm-hmm.
So it again, like I said, I think the statistics it's just going to be distributed evenly because I think all of them are proven playmakers. All of them can win individual matchups consistently. Again, it's going to be a rep by rep basis on where Tua goes with the football. He said that himself. He said, if you're open, I'm going to throw you the football. So, again, it's too many playmakers on this league to just say Waddle is going to exceed 800 or get 800 yards and exceed everybody else's production, bro. I just don't see that. I don't get why that's so difficult to understand, bro. I don't get it. And then on top of that, and again, you got to consider the approach that Flores would prefer to take, a more run-based approach. That's what Flores' vision is. That's what truly Flores wants to do, is establish the run and play action off of that. He wants run first, pass second.
I've abandoned that. Tua's going to throw the ball about 35 to 40 times a game. I truly believe it.
I don't know. I can't say 40, bro.
I told you 2 months ago he going to throw the ball between 27 and 32. I done wipe that out the window.
I think ideally for us to maximize our potential, I want Tua between 25 and 30. I want a more balanced approach.
I know that's what you want, but it's not going to happen. Let me tell you why it's not going to happen. Here's why it's definitely not going to happen. First of all, we'll have more success on offense. I feel like when we continue to say this 25 to 30, we're discounting the jump that he's already made.
TD,
we're getting a lot more.
TD, give me 1 second. Let me get the door. Give me 1 second.
You good? I got it. 1 second. What's happening, ladies and gentlemen, is when we say that he's going to throw the ball 25 to 30 times, I myself said it'll be between like 27 and 32 because I still felt like he's not going to he's going to make improvement, but not significant to where, he's just balling out every week. But with what I've seen so far, and I know it's only preseason, they are going to throw the ball a lot more. Why? Because we are going to get a lot more first downs. See, that's what people have to calculate. The man was already throwing the ball like 27, 28 times, or even more. See, I take the Buffalo game out because that skewed it. He threw the ball almost 50 times, automatically gave him an extra four per for the whole season. Actually, 4.5, 5 per for the whole season because he only played 9 games. So I kind of don't count the Buffalo game. That's like one of those outliers that skew all the numbers. But it counts, right? But that's not going to be the norm 50 times. He's going to be better to a point to where we're going to pick up a lot more first downs. We're going to have a lot more 10 to 12 play drives versus 3 and out or 1 first down. And then you see what I'm saying? This man isn't going to have the traditional, he's like in the past. He may have a drive where he only threw the ball 1 time or 2 times because we punted. But now, if we're taking the ball from the 25 and going in the red zone, that might equate to about 4 or 5 throws in that process. And to have the ball, and if you have the ball 10 times in a game, man, I'm telling you, the numbers are going to be higher. He's going to throw the ball
40 times.
No, 35 to 40. It could be 35. Bro, look at preseason already.
That's preseason.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
But it's also been a result of first downs.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just telling you what my preference would be. I think
so. You mean to tell me all the punting that we did last year, and he was basically, I got him around the 28, 29 mark. But if we're actually successful in moving the ball down the field, getting first down after first downs, that is not going to go up to 34, 35, 36 more.
I didn't say you were wrong, TD, in that scenario. What I'm saying, what my preference would be, I would like for Tua to remain around 28 to 32.
Yeah.
And I want balance. I want him to have that. I'll even drop that down to like 28. If we could if we're like top 10 in rushing offense, bro. I think that truly maximizes the potential of this offense. Truly.
That's a different conversation. So we were talking about 2 different things. What we prefer versus what I think is going to happen. I prefer no more than 30 times because that means the run game is doing well and we have a great balance. But I don't see this team producing that. I still see an inconsistent run game that needs to be opened up by the pass.
Did you see that on set? You didn't see inconsistency on Saturday, did you?
What's that?
So you saw the line from a run standpoint. You saw them take a significant leap on Saturday, right?
But look at how many times we threw the ball.
Yeah.
Did you see the throws on first down?
Oh, absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? And did you see some of them runs coming out of the halfback draw? Did you see any of them runs coming from under center?
Absolutely.
That's why I'm changing my narrative because I see, and let me tell you why. Finally, they getting it through their thick skull because we were yelling this on the screen last year. Every game that I streamed last year, I would say, stop running the ball out of I formation. You are wasting plays. Run the ball out of the shotgun. Run the ball out of the pistol. That way you can still be a passing threat and he can see everything coming. Stop this play action, all of that crap. Stop running out of the I formation. This team is more productive when they run the ball out of the halfback draw because the defense alone from a formation standpoint has to respect a little.
Well, I think, like I said, and you're not wrong what you're saying, but, I just think Flores is, the vision for this team, bro, is a lot what we see in Cleveland. He wants to run at 11, I'm sorry, 12, 13 personnel, I formation, strong I, weak I. He wants to run out of those four because he wants to. Those type of formations, what they do is they establish physicality up front. And that's just Flores' MO. That's
I get
ingrained
it.
in his DNA, his coaching
It don't
DNA.
work. That's fine.
So,
It don't work. It don't work.
But we'll see when the regular season starts. We'll see.
But again, I think we got to sample size. Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We got a sample size last year, and every time we went in that shotgun last year, I said this is what we need to do. Tua can command this offense, and he's a lot better when you put the ball in his hand and delayed handoffs and all of that. They are going to sabotage him if they try to keep running under center. Now they can have a balance of it like they did Saturday, because they still had a few plays where they ran under center, but it was also after already establishing the pass.
But what you're failing to realize, TD, which has totally glossed over your head, is okay. Teams can't scheme us the way they did last year. They can't play within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage like they did last year. They can't consistently drop that 8th man down in the box like they did last year. So again, what do we talk about all year long about the addition to vertical elements in this offense? Don't take my word for it. You heard Ryan Flores said it. Hang on. The biggest hindrance I think that's plagued us last 2-3 years is because of the lack of a consistent vertical element that teams have to account for in this offense, bro. So you heard Flores allude to that. We're not going to see consistent single high shells anymore. We're going to see definitely more two high looks. And again, at that point is from an advantage standpoint, if you're an offense, okay, it's 7-on-7, baby. And that's the objective of any offense. So now I think with teams having to scheme us differently, that alone will help things up front.
We always missing the mark, bro. We always missing the freaking mark. Let me tell you why it doesn't matter what he said. Let me tell you why. He is right. You are right. We're not going to see 8-man boxes like we used to. Okay? That's number one. But for the love of me, will we recognize that we can't run in a 7-man box? See, this is where people mistake it. We can't run in a 7. So when they got the help on the outside, just stop running the ball in the I formation. We can't run out of the I because this old line ain't sitting there sealing and creating lanes that are gaping. They never have and never could. They haven't proven it. If they prove it, okay. But it doesn't matter. Even if you don't load it, you act like there were no reps last year where they didn't load the box and they still smothered the run. That's the point.
Listen.
I get the thought process of it because it makes sense if we were great run blockers. But it doesn't matter.
For you've already written them off, apparently, for the run game being deployed in that format. You've already written them off.
In that format, yes, I have.
What you just said was that they cannot block 7 on. They cannot block when they have 7 on the box. That's what you said. So
they can't. They've never proven it.
Can we see again? You're making a projection right now because we don't know what they're going to look like come regular season.
All I have to go off of is what they've given me. Now, if they change that narrative, okay.
Okay. So why are you offering so much pushback on my Albert Wilson, Jalen Waddle narrative? Waddle hasn't proven anything.
All
why
I have
is why are you so gassed up about making a projection with this situation? All because it don't fit your narrative. You want to automatically
no, that's not true. Because all you have is sample size. If
what sample size is Waddle giving you on an NFL level?
See, that's the point. He's giving me
answer
camp.
My question. Yes
he's
or no?
Giving me camp.
Yes or no?
Camp.
No. NFL live game action, bro.
I'm not arguing the sample size. I understand that Albert Wilson has a larger one and Waddle doesn't. All I'm going off of is what I do have. That's all.
And
I understand the argument of law of large numbers. that Albert Wilson has done
You
it
just
longer.
just sat here and tried to rebut it for 30 minutes, trying to poke holes in the narrative for 30 minutes.
No. What I'm telling you,
sat your behind up here for 30 minutes trying to poke holes in that narrative. That's what you just did. So now you're backtracking now?
Because Albert Wilson actually hasn't played as good as y'all making him out to seem. Because, a slot that's playing as good as y'all making him out to seem, he consistently giving you 600 to 800 yards a season. This man been a 300-yarder.
I don't give a damn if it's one more rep than Jalen Waddle. It's a larger sample size, goddammit.
Oh
I don't give a damn. So stop it, TD. So now.
Shout out for the donation. Logan said, tell him, TD, they can't run the ball whether the box is stacked or not against the this awful run blocking. Bro, it's a given, man. It's a given, man. They can't run the ball, EM. Now, will they get better? See. Yeah, they've only proven to run the ball out of the shotgun or halfback draw.
You heard what the man said, Brian Flores said just 3 weeks ago. You heard him, what he said. He said, we will say goodbye. I'm paraphrasing here, but he said, say goodbye to that single high shell. He said, now we will be seeing consistent, which is the objective of any offense, bro. You want to force that too high look because you have seven-man boxes, and at that point in time, it becomes a number game. All you have to do is make one guy miss.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So, just saying. So
at least see that's the difference between the Waddle argument and the run game argument. At least Waddle done already showed me in camp. They ain't even show me in camp that they can run the ball.
They didn't show you Saturday night?
I just said that they didn't. No, they ain't run no ball out of no I formation.
Bro, they were running out of 12 personnel.
EM.
They were running the football out of 12 personnel, TD. You do realize that, right?
Consistently running the ball, picking
now
you're
changing. Now you're changing. Now
consistently running the ball, picking up chunks of 4, 5, and 6.
They were doing that Saturday. They were doing that Saturday. What are you talking about? They did that Saturday.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, bro. They established the throw, man.
Well, listen here. This is counterproductive. This conversation right now. You have your perspective. I have mine. We all know. We'll see how this works. We'll see how this ends up.
What's the famous words?
We'll wait and see what it turns out to be. But if you're a smart man, you bet know what's coming out of EM's mouth as opposed to TD's mouth. If you're a smart betting man, if you'll put your money on something. So with that being said, we'll see. We'll see how this transpires, how this unfolds. And I just think I'm more optimistic that this team, I'm cautiously optimistic, but I think, again, I've been highlighting schematically, for 2 years now, why this team has struggled to consistently run. It's a lot of issues, but I think you can start right there, how teams have consistently schemed us. Playing within 5 yards of line of scrimmage, consistently dropping that 8th man down in the box, bro. You can't do that now. You have to play too high. The second level of the defense has to be extended to account for not only the vertical elements on a boundary, but also the, in the slot. Just saying, bro. So we'll see. We'll see.
Bro, see, this is where I got to help you out. First play of the game for Miami, Tua starts out in the shotgun and throws the ball.
Okay.
First, and by the way, that's to Waddle for a good little 6-yard gain, by the way. Just so you know. Okay. First play of the game.
It's preseason, TD. It's preseason, bro.
I don't want to hear that mess, man. I don't want to hear that mess. So second play of the game, Tua is in the shotgun, throws out of the backfield to gas.
Okay.
Second play, because all I'm trying to sit here and tell you is how they're going to establish the run. I
think it's going to be, again, I think it's going to be a rep-to-rep basis, bro. It's all about the matchups. I think teams are going to try to. I think the smart play, if you're a defensive, minded coach, is to hang on. Is to force Tua to be able to consistently threaten you deep, to kind of open things up and force you to scheme him differently. I think early on that'll be the approach of every defense, but I think Tua will, I think he's too good. I think he's too accurate down the field, and especially in the intermediate level of the field. he'll force teams to get out of that, being so much congestion in the line of scrimmage and forcing Tua to throw. I think that'll flip eventually. I don't know, at one point in the season it will, to where we can lean on actually Tua being, okay, this is the strength and this is the focus of the offense, of the approach. But I think early on teams will force us to do that, but we'll see. But I just think, again, TD, I'm not saying you're wrong for the most part. I just feel like that's Flores' vision for this.
It's not his vision anymore. It's not his vision anymore.
I disagree, TD.
It was last year, but and that's what makes him a great coach. He knows how to adjust. He may have had that vision last year, but that has adjusted.
Okay. Well,
that has adjusted straight up. Like I said, first 2 plays, we literally throw the ball to set up the run. The third play, we finally got single back with a 7-man
preseason.
I don't care. This is what you're gonna see in regular season. You just want to ignore it.
So you're Nostradamus right now. You can see the future, TD.
You can call it however you want.
Really?
Do you? Are you Nostradamus? Do you get to see it?
I mean, based off what I've said in the past, bro, you really want to go up to the declarations that I've said about this team from start that have come to fruition? You really want to have this conversation?
Shout out to James.
I don't think you do.
James becoming the newest member of the family, man. Listen, bro.
I don't think you do. You really want to go down? You really want to have this conversation right now? When you're comparing the things that EM Dolphin fan has put out about this team, the things that have come down to fruition. Really? You really want to have this conversation? I don't think you do, bro. So I'm gonna give you the opportunity. I'm gonna give you the opportunity.
Bro,
I'm going to give you the opportunity to retract that statement.
We can have the conversation all you want. Ain't nobody running from you. It ain't
okay.
Listen, every time we had these debates, you get ethered. And what do you do at the end? You bring up Josh Rosen to try to save face. You bring up Josh Rosen to try to save face.
I said nothing about Josh Rosen. You brought up Josh Rosen, not me, homie. You just brought him up. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation, a whole nother show to have. But
back to proving the point, because EM, this is what he's doing, y'all. He's trying to distract y'all from me proving the point right now.
Man, my God.
The third play of the game, Tua is finally under center, and they hand it off for Gaskins, and he literally gets 2 yards on the run. Okay?
What formation was that?
Single back, 7-man line of scrimmage, heavy personnel.
12 personnel?
Yes, 12 personnel.
Okay.
Next play, Tua hands it off in a jet sweep out of what? Like your boy keeps saying, out of the shotgun.
Okay.
No. The next play, Tua with the empty backfield out of the shotgun. Now, have you seen? We 5 plays in and he done been on the center. Hold on. We 5 plays in and he done been on the center once and it got 2 yards. And we run the ball 3 times, ladies and gentlemen.
How many times have we seen teams in the preseason give the rest of the league one look and come the regular season, they're a totally different team? How many times have we seen that?
Let me tell you why. Because this worked last year.
Have we not seen that?
This is the game plan.
Have we not seen that?
EM, go ahead and say the famous quote. What is it?
What?
Time will tell.
Oh.
Time will tell. So once again,
I'm trying to tell you, TD. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
And you're gonna see what I said was right. The next play, shotgun, empty backfield. The play after that, Tua in the pistol. What does he do in the pistol? Hand the ball off. Not no I formation, because we can't do it. It's done. We can't. We can't. Okay.
Like I said, TD. Like I said, bro. This is pre-season. They're not going to show you what their offense, 100% of what their offensive philosophy is going to be. It would be buffoonish for them to do that, to put that on film at this point.
Bro, they're not going to do it at all because we suck in it. The very next play.
You're right. Okay,
Here we are 8 plays in, and Tua is finally the second time out of 8 plays under center. And what does he do? He play actions. And he gets sacked because we're play action.
This is the time. The preseason is the time to work on all aspects of your offense. You saw the difference in approach in Chicago. They were more run-based approach, were they not? In Chicago the week before? Would you say that? We can agree on that, right? Especially especially down at the goal line.
Say that again.
They focus more on the run. I felt like it during the Chicago game, especially when you're talking about short yardage and goal line. They clearly made it a point to be a more run-based approach against Chicago.
No. You ain't gonna get away like that. See, in the red zone, everything in the red zone on the goal line, that's different. EM.
Well,
we're talking.
They were bro.
Keep moving the goalpost. Keep moving the goalpost.
Who tried to move it?
Keep moving the goalpost. I'm Jason Sanders, baby. You can move it as far back as you want. I'm still gonna nail it.
I'm not.
Keep moving the goalpost in the red zone. Like I said, and I'll bring up that first game because I'll show you what I'm talking about in that too. Yeah, they tried to establish the run early, and guess what happened? We punted the ball after 3 and out on the first drive.
Well, okay, listen.
Okay, my point exactly. So you just keep on proving my point.
No, hang on. We can agree. Hang on, check this out, right? Okay. Chicago was a more imposing front, were they not? On the D-line, right? Okay.
Yeah.
They were more imposing. So better competition up front. I just think, again, to wrap this up, because you're really starting to get on my nerves right now. To wrap this up, I told you the offensive approach was going to be on a week-to-week basis. Am I right? Well, didn't I just say that 45 minutes ago?
That's always the case.
Okay.
That's always the case. You scheme for the team that you're playing. But the crazy thing is, even when we play a sorry defensive line, we can't run the ball with the quarterback under center. We can't run the ball, bro. We can't run the ball with quarterback under center. Get that through your head.
What was New England sorry last year when we racked up 200+ yards on the ground last year against New England?
What do you mean?
We racked up 200+ yards against New England last year.
Okay. Like I said, a broken clock is right twice a day.
Man, come on, bro.
Don't give me these don't give me these one-offs. See, that's what y'all love to do is give me the one-offs. I'm going off of the whole sample size of the whole season and what we've shown up to this point.
You saw incremental improvement last year from the previous year. I think you're gonna see improvement this year, bro. For all the reasons that I highlighted.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll see improvement.
You put Robert Hunt on the interior now, okay? Who's a veteran, probably our best interior blocker. At right guard now, who can consistently move people. Michael Dieter, I think we're going to see significant improvement at that position. So
bro, I'm not disagreeing with you. All I'm talking about, we are going to run the ball. I am just telling you the formations that it's going to come out of more than not. It will not be the I formation. We will probably run out of the I 1 out of every 4 times running.
I think it's more. I think it's more than that. But I do. This is where we agree. I do think
back draws. That's what you're going to get. Sweep. That's what you're going to get.
Well. Look. This is where we do agree. I do agree it's going to be from different formats. I mean, that's the objective of it. You can't just line up in one format, bro. It to be
of course,
successful.
But you know what a great run team does. You know what a power run team does. They at least got 50% under center I formation. Let's roll of their run game. We are going to be clocking 20 to 25% best.
Well, again, like I said, bro, it's going to be it'll be on a matchup basis. That's what I think. Until I'm proven otherwise, I just don't see it. I think that's what. And again, you got to consider what Tua excels at: play action, RPO. You cannot have the threat of play action. You cannot have the run pass option if you don't establish a running game. It's just not going to happen. RPO. I don't care what format. So
pistol RPO, play action. Yeah, he excels at it when he's given the time. But I am telling you, with this O-line, pistol RPO.
Okay.
Well, that's our bread and butter. That's what they better do if we're gonna do what we need to do. That's what they better do. Stop wasting plays under center, handing the ball off. Stop wasting the plays. Stop.
Okay. I hear you. Well, we'll see how it unfolds.
Back to it. Next play. Hey, Logan with the donation says Saturday was against backups on an early, already terrible defense. They better be able to run the ball. Yeah, they better.
I would agree.
And we will. Now, don't get me wrong, y'all. Y'all got to understand, we will run the ball. I am just saying we only see success in it out of the shotgun or the pistol.
Yeah.
And if we see success through the trenches, mano y mano, I formation, trust me, if we see success that way, ain't nobody can tell me or my mama, your mama, anybody that we ain't going to a Super Bowl. If we can run the ball between the tackles out of a power formation, we ain't nobody gonna stop this team. Period. It's impossible. We will actually officially go to having zero weaknesses.
I would agree.
But every team has a weakness, and ours is running the game in a power style. So stop wasting plays, Miami. Stop wasting plays. You don't have to prove it to me because it ain't gonna happen. And let's not sit here and act like we got a power rushing offensive line or something all of a sudden.
They might be. We don't know, TD. Can we at least let it play out? That's all. Isn't that the responsible thing to do? To just wait and let's see what we get during the regular season. That's the responsible thing to do, right?
Fool me once.
Is that not the responsible thing to do from an evaluation standpoint?
No, I'm a President Bush
Come
on this one. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Fool me 3 times, you can't get fooled again.
The responsible play, the responsible move is to let it play out. Let's see what they look like, bro. That's all I'm saying.
See, let me tell y'all something, ladies and gentlemen. See, let me tell you the type of person. No. Let me respond to that real quick, and then I got you, bro. This is the type of person that EM is, and there's many people like this. The responsible thing to do is let it play out. Now, watch this. The season is over, and it played out, and TD gets a "I told you so." And next year,
That's never happened. But go ahead.
And next year, well, they're third-year people now, and they added that one player. Bro, the responsible thing to do is let it play out. See, they want to keep on telling you let it play out. No, we ain't letting nothing play out. You come take it. You come out here, you show that you can do it, and the narrative will change. Right now, the narrative is you cannot run out of a power formation, period. Period. Ain't nothing playing out. If it plays out, then the narrative will change. They can change the narrative. I ain't changing it for them. I'm not changing it for them. It's the fact of the matter is, because I'm tired of coming up here on Sunday, sitting here. Oh my gosh, why do we keep doing it? It's like insanity. They keep running out of a power formation, getting -1, -2, -3, and it's insanity.
See, this is where and I don't know. I don't see why you haven't learned from your past failures, bro.
What past failures? Go say Rosen. Say Rosen. That's your only.
See, T, you should learn from this. Has gotten you in so much trouble, and I hate to bring it up, but just like your declaration of Rosen after 2 throws was our franchise guy, bro.
Anytime you should have learned, he bring up Rosen.
You should have learned from that. That should have taught you, bro, to let the situation play out as opposed to foaming at the mouth based on as long as trying to pump your narrative. Just let it play out.
This is where your hypocrisy stands in.
You didn't
even let Rosen play off. You automatically said we've already seen him in Arizona. The tape doesn't lie. It's already there.
Hang on. See, this is where we differ, TD. This is where we part ways. I'll make an evaluation, and you'll never hear me definitively say this player is not going to be this until I get enough of a sample size.
Have you lost your mind? What you did with Rosen after one season?
Didn't you just hear what I said? I had
season.
No. 2 seasons. Arizona tape as well as the Dolphins tape. And that's
this about him before he even took a snap at the Dolphins.
No.
The receipt's out there, bro.
And listen. And those are Brian Flores' words. Obviously, that's your coach Brian Flores took, because when they asked him about Rosen's evaluation, what did that man say? And I told y'all that then. Y'all laughed. Y'all ridiculed us. What did that man say? He said,
we already have.
Hang on. We don't need to see him on the field on Sundays to get a firm evaluation. We have practice. We got in-game reps. And we got what? The Arizona tape. So obviously, Brian Flores took that same approach with the evaluation of Rosen as I did. So I had enough. What did I just say? I prefaced everything. What I said was until I have enough of a sample size, and I had plenty. I had plenty.
EM is fabricating the truth, ladies and gentlemen. This man had his conclusion and mind made up before Rosen took a snap with Miami, and that is the truth. Everybody who's been on this channel long enough knows that EM has been banging the table that Rosen sucks from day one, and you should be taking credit for that, bro. But now, since you wanted to fit your narrative, you're not gonna do that.
No. I prefaced everything what I said, TD, with until I get enough of a sample size. You can't sit here and say the offensive line won't be this because of you don't know what they're going to look like. The season hadn't started yet, TD.
Yeah. Call it what you want. Call it what you
want.
So
that's what I go back to being a responsible evaluator, not taking a casual approach to your evaluation. That's what I'm saying. And to me, to just say an offensive line is not going to be this because it doesn't align with your narrative. That's a very casual approach.
Here come the receipts, ladies. Here comes the receipts, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just saying, TD.
Esteban.
What's going on, y'all? Good morning. What's up?
Did EM already have a conclusion made on Rosen before he took a snap with Miami?
Let me think.
Don't walk it. It's a yes or a no. You can give me either one of them.
I honestly, I think it was. I think it was pretty. I think it was pretty close to the beginning of. I'm just being honest. When Rosen had just got here, yeah, it was pretty close to the beginning. I would say that, but I would also say that he saw something before any of us. You know what I mean? To be able to make that determination, because
but that's the point. That's the point. Did I not see our O-line for a whole year? So if he saw Rosen for a whole year in Arizona, did I not see this O-line for a whole year?
You got two new players. You got two players. You got
Rosen was a rookie. What's your point?
The O-line, you got one new player with Dieter. You've got Robert Hunt playing a different position, and Jesse Davis playing his natural position at right tackle. That's what you have.
Don't want to hear it.
It's not the same O-line.
Well, here's what I would say about this team. It's going to take reps, multiple reps for them to gain any traction. It's going to take a couple of games. That run game's not going to come together. They have to work together to get there. But the one thing that I will say is I think Gaskins is the best running back that we got right now to put that in action. Right behind Robert Hunt, that's where it's going to start, is that right side. Robert Hunt, in his interior blocking is going to be critical to us doing anything in the run game. And once they get that going, man, I think we'll be good.
Why is it so hard for us to understand that, yes, once they get it going, all I am telling y'all is it's going to come out of the pistol, the shotgun. That's what it's going to come out of. They are not going to run the ball out of the they're not going to run the ball out of 22, 23, and it will have no success.
See what I mean? That's my point.
It will have no success.
Hang on.
Unless it's in the red zone, goal line situation.
See, that's my issue, TD. That's my issue right there. Nobody's saying you're wrong. I said that, bro. They're going to try to their rushing attempts, their rushing approach is going to come in a multitude of formats. What you're saying is that they're not going to be able to run the ball in this. They're not going to be able to run the ball in that. And that is my point about taking a casual. Hang on.
No, taking a casual fan.
Hang on. About taking a casual fan's approach to the evaluation. You don't know that, TD.
It's always a casual fan. It's always a casual fan's approach until it's proven to be correct.
Because you're led by your feelings. You're led by your feelings, bro. You're led by your feelings.
They can't run the ball out of a power formation. They just can't. They need the defense to think that it could be a pass in order to run the ball, and that's why it works out of the halfback draw in the pistol. Because the defense isn't pinning their ears back coming after the run.
Who's disputing that?
That's all I'm saying. That's why we have no success running the ball in the between the tackles in a heavy set.
So we're clear. I want everybody to know on record, this man said they will not be able to run the football out of this. They will not be able, we will not.
Name those formations, EM. Name those formations. Don't say
you said I, you said strong I, you said weak I, you said 12 personnel, any power formation is what you said.
Yes.
Next question. Go ahead, Pete.
I agree with TD in a way. And what you guys don't seem to realize
that's shocking. That's shocking. But go ahead, Pete.
How is that shocking, Ian? Think about what was the fan base crying about the whole draft. We need running back. Obviously,
not me. Not me.
Well, me and you were on the same page when we didn't want wide receiver either with the first picks, right? Ian, do you remember that? But they did it anyway. And once they chose Waddle with that first pick, when they chose Waddle with that first pick, what did that tell us? That we need to see what Tua is. He's gonna be what he needs to be coming out of college, which is the best pocket quarterback ever, right? He broke every record. So that's what this regime is gambling on. They're not trying to give this guy a Derrick Henry. They obviously had the capital. They could have got whoever, but they're gambling on the quarterback.
Why not? Do you see the benefits?
Because
did you see the benefits that a president like Derrick Henry has done for Ryan Tannehill? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but he didn't do nothing for Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill did it for him.
Tannehill looked like he should be
Ryan
on the bench.
Tannehill
right?
did it for him.
Derrick Henry has made Ryan Tannehill.
Yep, you're going to make me pull it up
again. Down a rabbit hole.
Derrick Henry has made this man.
Dolphins talk.
Has made this man look like a borderline Hall of Fame player.
See, you're going to make me play the 3-minute clip again.
You can play 5-minute clips if you want. You can play 10-minute clips if you want.
Don't worry,
That's
you know I will.
Have a blessed day.
I'm not trying to
hear
it.
I will, EM. You know the truth. That man ain't make no Ryan Tannehill. Tannehill helped make him. What was Derrick Henry doing before Tannehill?
Okay.
Oh, but we don't want to talk about that.
Go ahead, Fitzgerald.
But the truth is that our problem is we keep trying to bring in veteran power backs. We did it last year with Jordan Howard and tried to run out of the eye. It is what it was, but he was very productive in goal line, red zone for us. And then this year we're trying to make Malcolm Brown that guy, but it looked completely an abysmal mess the first drive against the Bears, and we're like, well, what the heck is going on? Why isn't Gaskin starting? But what I think you guys are both saying is TD saying, learn from your mistakes from the past and don't try to repeat those things. And EM is trying to say, hey, you gotta be able to at least try. You feel me? Because to keep it honest, because my thing is like this. Some of your most productive, play action, and TD, you should know this, is from the eye. Because that box is so stacked that you can sneak someone behind that so quick coming off of it. And the Tua has a really good ability, and we've seen this, and I've seen a lot of people break it down, of setting his feet quick and getting that ball out now. And his mechanics and motions are productive with that. So even if you have to try to run the play action out of the eye, it still has to be in your repertoire of tricks and stuff like that. It can't. It may be more productive for us to run out of the shotgun, but there has to be some type of honesty in it in order to be able to utilize our speed and deceptiveness.
Nope. Fake sanity. You see what my point about him being so definitive about what?
Bro.
See, you hear him?
I can be definitive.
I swear.
At the end of the day, time tells. Like I said, time tells.
See,
the only success that this line, you could try all you want. You could say that we need to try, but at the end of the day, you come up with the conclusion that it just doesn't work. When do you stop?
But my thing is like this. But Gaskins did it in the red zone. I mean, like my problem is,
but I'm not arguing red zone. Remember, I said that.
My problem is, it seems like we can't even pick up 3rd and 1s out of the eye. So that's a problem we need to address.
I've never argued red zone. And I said that earlier. I keep telling y'all.
I keep telling y'all. Again, the point that I was making, TD, when you're talking about run defense, improving run defense, you have to force teams to scheme you different. No team. Why do you think that? And I'm gonna give Tannehill some credit now, and I'm gonna address your point about what Derrick Henry wasn't before Tannehill got there. The reason why Derrick Henry was not as effective pre-Tannehill is because he did not have a quarterback that could threaten defenses vertically. One thing I've always said about Tannehill, he was not the player that he never became the player that I envisioned to be in Miami, but the physical traits were there. I never tried to deny that. And one thing Tannehill can do is push the ball down the field, and Marcus Mariota could not. So defenses now with Derrick Henry already that offensive line, that physical run-based approach, in addition to Tannehill, now teams have to account for the vertical elements. Tannehill can consistently do that, which extends the defense, right? And forces teams to play you double highs as opposed to single highs, which, again, at that point, it's all about a numbers game. That is why Derrick Henry, you're seeing the Hall of Fame version, post-Tannehill or pre-Tannehill. That is why. Yeah. And I think in theory, again, schematically, I think our offensive line, I think our run game, hopefully, because teams are going to have to play us the same way. They're going to have to count for these multiple vertical elements. So hopefully, the personnel-wise, the players that we brought in, and hopefully the scheme is geared more. Tua can consistently threaten and push the ball down the field, make plays down the field. Hopefully, that has that same effect on our offensive line, on how defenses scheme us. So y'all not taking. I don't think y'all are paying enough attention to that. Because again, listen to what Flores said just 3 weeks ago. He basically said the exact same thing.
It would benefit us to, like Finsanity was saying, actually to keep trying to an extent with the power eye, because of the fact that you're gonna have games where they're gonna blitz Tua, especially that Bucs game. So you need a power run game out of the eye, and that's gonna help you in the playoffs as well. In my opinion, if you look at what the Patriots are doing right now, they look real nasty with what they're doing. That Ramondre Stevenson rookie, I'm telling you, the Pats, they're not sugarcoating anything. They're telling you, we're going to run the ball. These are our reps to get our team better. They're still going to do that in the regular season. I don't think that what they're doing is a fluff. I think what you see them doing right now in preseason, they're going to try to do to us in that first game. So I'm just saying, and at some point, they're going to be on a whole nother level in their run game towards the end of the season. So we need to at least try to get that going. I don't think it would be a good idea to just bail out on, running out of the I formation. You got to establish that at some point. If you want to be successful in this division, if you want to win this division, you're going to have to do that. We're going to have most likely one of the most competitive divisions in the NFL. I'm not going to say the best, but maybe like the second, third. I'm telling you, man, I hate to say it, but the Patriots look good right now.
Man, they trash. But listen, Esteban. Passing game, but running, I don't know.
Esteban,
Finsanity, EM, listen. If you want to keep trying it, do it in practice. Stop coming to the game time trying something that you can't even get to work in practice. Stop. You ain't establishing nothing. This is my whole point. We want to waste.
Have you seen every practice? Have you seen every practice?
I'm not done.
Have you seen every practice, TD?
The practices I saw, it proves my point. In the practices I haven't saw, tell me where the report's coming from that says otherwise.
There were no reports because they were closed to everybody, bro.
Miss me with that.
They were closed to everybody.
Like I said, Em,
I agree with TD.
Like I said, why are we sitting here and promoting them to do something that they already know doesn't work just for the sake of trying it? Because if you can establish it, it's going to make things much better. No, just go with the higher probability thing off rip.
So, TD, I have a question. Did you not just say, like, I don't know however long ago that you expect us to do a 25% of the snaps? So yes. Is that not trying? So why are you singling me out?
No.
I'm not saying beat it like a dead horse. I'm saying you do have to try to implement it in your offense some way, somehow.
No. That's where me and you differ. That's where we differ. You don't have to try. This notion that you have to try just somehow, no, you don't. I don't know. You don't have to. If it doesn't work, you don't have to do that.
Bro,
let me make one point though real quick.
You know what happens? You know what happens when you don't?
We should be in a shotgun.
What happened?
So on 3rd and 1, we should be in a shotgun?
Just like Patrick Mahomes is. Just like Patrick Mahomes is.
TD, you know what
Tell me otherwise. Tell me otherwise. On 3rd and 1, that man is in the shotgun. Why? Why is he in the shotgun?
No. He's under center too, bro. Stop. He's under center as well.
Of course they're under center, but their own line can produce more.
When you abandon an approach and you're one-sided and you're one-dimensional, you are playing into the hands of any defensive coordinator.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Are you kidding me?
That's where you be limiting the things that you say. We are not abandoning anything. It's just a different way of doing it. Running the ball.
You said what you just said, TD. You said complete. Well, I'm paraphrasing, but what I gather what you just said is to completely abandon it. Stop doing it totally. That's what you said.
No. First of all, we know that they're going to do it. And I'm sitting here. Here's my point. If you run an offense where let's just say you try I formation 25% of the time, like y'all say, of course, at a low end, whatever, and it never works, and you do a whole nother offense where you scratch I formation all together and you do halfback draws and this and that, and you find more success, what's going to give you the better outcome? Period. Period. That's the point. Period. No. It doesn't matter just because you want to keep trying it and keep trying it. No. It doesn't matter. Last year, Tua Tagovailoa.
You have to, because again, what it does is you're forcing the defense to account for other aspects of your offense. You have to do that, TD. Even if you're somewhat unsuccessful in that format, you have to. That's
exactly what I wanted to say earlier.
You ever hear the term? You got to keep the opposing defense honest. You
still keeping them honest if you're running it out of the pistol in the halfback draw and you're finding success. You're still keeping it honest.
That's
that old way of thinking that get people to waste plays. And that's why
here's the benefits though. Here's the benefits though. You have to, just like Ian was saying, I wanted to say it earlier, but I was letting y'all talk. You got to give them different. One, it gives them a different look. They don't know totally what you're going to do. The second thing that it does is you can come out in an I formation as just kind of like a dumb play. I'm not saying take the game off. You might actually rip one off. You don't know. But what it allows you to do is look at the defense for the next play. That's why I would still run the I. I think that's why they did it last year and they were unsuccessful at it, was they knew most of the time they might only get a yard out of it, but they were thinking in advance to set up the next play. So, and that's what it's all about in the NFL, is you're running one play because you're trying to set up the next play. You're forecasting what you want to do, and you want to you want to contradict where that game is going. But that's part of the problem that we had last year that we couldn't do. They were trying to set up the next play and they couldn't.
Esteban, this is where that theory is flawed, and let me explain to you why. First of all, I agree with the theory if you find success in the first play. See, when you run the first play and you try to put yourself in a power situation and if you can have success getting 4 or 5 or 6 yards, you're setting up the next play because you got the defense worrying. But when a defense is sitting there smothering it without any extra scheming or effort, you're not setting anything up.
How do we know? How do we know they did? Did you see that?
Oh my God, bro! Like I said, zero success.
Did you see that consistently? Teams playing stopping our run in double high looks as opposed to single high. Did you see that? No, you did not. Listen,
anytime no, Ian. First of all, you probably can't point to a single freaking successful run out of the formations I'm talking about. That's how bad it was.
I can.
Out of we probably last year we probably
I got
ran
16 games worth of tape.
No.
I got 16 games worth of tape on my DVR. I got 16 games of tape.
No. Out of them games last year, we probably ran a power formation, 22 personnel, all of that. We probably ran over 100 of them.
Manipulation.
You can't find me on tape.
Manipulation.
You can't find me on tape even 10% success.
Okay.
You can't.
But anyway,
you can sit here and say, yeah, maybe this all you want. It just doesn't happen.
Okay.
It just doesn't happen, bro.
You can't afford to waste plays.
So what you're saying is acquiring
with a young team, you got to take that chance, though. You could consider it's not really wasting a play.
Why do we keep saying
it's strategy?
You don't have to.
It's strategy. It's strategy to an extent. Sometimes it'll work out for you, and sometimes it might. But you still got to take that chance.
The only strategy that you're building is knowing that whenever you run that play, you're gonna get swamped.
No, that's not 100. Because the matchups aren't the same every week, though. You might have matchups where you actually have a favorable matchup with Eichenberg, and that you wouldn't have the previous week, and you have the personnel to run with Brown, with Malcolm Brown. You can still use him. You might actually be able to. And what it does is it preserves your roster. You can't. I'm just saying, you got guys. You already bit the bullet. You made your bet. This is your personnel for the year. You still have to take advantage of players that you have on the roster. If you're going into the game with Malcolm Brown and you have a favorable matchup with more than one guy, you might have not had it the previous week with Robert Hunt or Eichenberg, but the next week you might have it. You got to use it. That's all that I'm saying.
I'm glad you cleaned that up and said more than one guy, and that's the whole point of the matter. It requires more than one guy. It requires more than one. And
nobody's disputing that.
We ain't never got no matchup advantage on more than one.
Okay. All right.
Be honest with yourself.
Okay.
Don't be honest with yourself. Don't play yourself
like I said, when you completely abandon something, bro, and you're one-dimensional in your approach, you are playing right into it. Bro, if you consistently put on film that you run the football only out of spread formations, that's exactly what you're doing. You're becoming one. So defenses know, okay, when they're in this formation.
What Tua do in Alabama, ladies and gentlemen?
They ran the ball. He was under center a lot as well. What are you talking about?
What percentage?
I don't know.
And he had a great run game. And what percentage?
Tua was under center a lot as well.
Like I said, man. Like I said, we don't have to. All this notion you have to, because if you don't, what you're basically saying is if we don't do that, it'll be worse.
Well, I just got to say this.
That's the only point I'm trying to make. If you abandon the I formation, if you abandon it's not going to be worse. You're going to still have more success.
So you're saying scrap that whole playbook. Anything out of
No.
That's exactly what
until you get the personnel that can actually execute it. Okay. Until you get the personnel that can actually execute it. And that's what I'm saying.
But see, that's the difference from what you're saying opposed to what something like that. What I'm saying is,
did they scrap the deep ball last year? Did they scrap the deep ball last year?
You would look.
Did they scrap the deep ball last year?
Yeah, I mean, you have to. You have to.
But they took a whole element out of the game. Why would they do that? Oh no!
Because they had nobody to throw the ball down the field, dude. They have to tell you about the vertical elements.
Thank you. You don't have the personnel. Thank you. You don't have the personnel.
No. You said they don't have the personnel, the offensive line wise. I'm talking about
no. It applies with every point in the game. If you don't have a receiver to go deep, you gotta keep them honest. No, they scrapped it. Why? Because they're not gonna waste the freaking play.
And what
they're not gonna waste the plays.
Oh my God, bro! It should not be this difficult to understand. My God, I'm blown away right now.
Early in the season,
should not be this damn difficult to understand,
it, bro. This early in the season, you try to build to it so that you have that in your repertoire for later on. Especially if you plan on playing in the playoffs, you got to come in with that formation at least. or at least attempt to get it underway somewhat throughout the season, bro. Because I'll tell you what, bro. Yeah, if you don't at least attempt to do it, I just don't see us going far and being successful. And I want to be.
The only time that I think that would work is if you put Christian Wilkins back there on the I formation on a 3rd and 1 and let him run the ball for that 1 yard.
Man, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous.
EM. All I'm saying is until these guys prove that they can do it on a consistent basis, stop wasting plays.
I agree, but what
that's my all point I'm saying.
But my point that I'm trying to relay to you all is that now, when you're talking about the lack of production that we've seen last year, the year before, is because of what you didn't have in terms of speed at the skill positions. You have that now. So in theory, teams have to scheme us different, which immediately helps your run approach, bro. That's football.
I understand it does. It does help your run. I'm agreeing with you. It does help the running approach unless your offensive line just sucks at it.
No, you're not taking that into account enough because you're definitively saying,
you need to tell me.
Hang on. Let me finish. You are not taking that into account enough. I don't think it's really sinking in because you're definitively saying you just acknowledge the fact that with the personnel that we have now, we've got the vertical threats on the outside. And you're still saying, no, we won't be able to do this. We won't be able to do that. That's what you're saying. You're not taking that into account enough, TD. And that is what is so frustrating right now.
EM, let me ask you a question. Are there teams that have a vertical threat that just sucks in the run game, period? They just can't run the ball. They suck at it. Does the Buffalo Bills, are they great at running the football?
They can run when they want to.
Are they had a stop that crap, man. They had a third. Then why they all in the draft talking about we need our running back? That's the one thing. Stop.
They average 5+ yards. They average 5+ yards against us. They ran the ball.
And ladies and gentlemen, guess what Buffalo has to run out of doing that out of the halfback draw?
You want me
to pull up the footage? You want me to pull up the footage of them out of the I formation?
You can pull up whatever you want to pull up.
And when they prove it, you're going to move the goalpost.
No, I'm not. No.
They got a vertical threat, but they still are no good running the football.
Okay.
They are no good running the football. No. And why do you think Josh Allen throws the ball 40 sometimes a game?
The only time the Bills are good at running the ball is when Allen is running.
I'll say this. Look, let's keep the receipt. You're seeing Malcolm Brown get touches still in the preseason. I'll say this. We're still going to see that I formation. You probably just won't see it to the second half when they're trying to run the clock out. Because I just don't see a coach like Brian Flores not using the I formation, bro. I don't think it's a good idea to just bail out on the I formation. I think you got to use it, bro. You have to.
No, I'm not saying bail out of the I formation. But if you're gonna run that I formation, you got to run it with Christian Wilkins back there.
That's not true, bro. You could still bring in the rookie Jared Dokes and Kyle Brown as a fullback, bro.
I mean, this is.
I am telling y'all. Let me give y'all an example. What does everybody say Tua's best game was? What do everybody say Tua's best game was?
Arizona.
That was against Arizona. Yeah.
Go watch the film and tell me when we did it. Go watch what we did primarily in that game.
That's one game.
90%. But you always pulling up the one game.
That's one game. We'll pull up the Patriots game, bro. That's a total.
You always pulling up the one game.
That's one game.
Yeah, bro.
That's one game. So anyway, like I said, bro, listen. To wrap up this conversation, okay, we'll see come once the season starts. Let's just wait and see. I am just saying, TD, for you to say they won't be able to do this at this point, but you don't know what the hell schematically, what the approach is going to be. You don't know. The offensive line personnel-wise hadn't been finalized yet. You don't know what combination they're going to throw out there week one. So let's wait. There's tons. 90% of what the Dolphins are going to do schematically, personnel-wise, they haven't put that out there at practice for you to observe and others to observe. So let's pump the brakes a little bit I'm saying what they won't be able to do until we have a sample size.
I agree with EM a little bit on that one also. I'm more than positive they're not opening that whole playbook during the preseason.
Well, we know that. They ain't opening the whole playbook, but at the same token, Miami Dolphins aren't foolish. They aren't foolish. They are not.
Nobody said that.
They're gonna run the ball out of the pistol and the halfback draw, and 90% of the time when they run it out of the eye or a power formation single back, it is going to be unsuccessful.
Okay,
90% of the time.
For you to say that definitively,
that's all they've given us.
Like you got a crystal ball, like you have a crystal ball sitting there to you, and you can fast forward to October, and you know exactly what they've done at the first part of the season is ridiculous, TD.
It's not ridiculous. And then when it happens,
you're going
to say, well, you were right, but
that's ridiculous.
This is what
when have you ever been right? When have you ever been right?
This is every time I'm arguing with you.
When have you ever been right?
Every time I'm arguing with you.
Stop it. I don't want to hear that. So that
every time I'm arguing with you.
That in addition to your declarations, bro, you fared misery, and you're gonna fail on this argument as well. So we'll wait.
Guys,
will wait.
So Tua isn't playing on Sunday. How do you guys feel about that?
Is that official?
He's not.
Fantastic.
He's not. Coach Flores said he's sitting him.
Man, I wanted to see Tua, but I've seen enough. I've seen enough.
That's good. That actually gives you.
I've seen enough. I've seen enough.
That actually tells you they believe in him. Sense of confidence.
I've seen enough, but I wanted to see. I wanted to see him at least another series before the season starts. But it's cool. I'm good with that.
A series or two. Well, that's all right.
No, I got to finish this off by Ethan. I got to finish this all by Ethan PM once again.
You can try.
You told me. I told you about the Arizona game, and then you wanted to move the goalpost and show the Patriots game where we ran all over them. Yeah,
we did.
I'm 3 quarters in, and we running out of the halfback draw in the pistol. I'm 3 quarters in, just sitting here watching all the run plays. 3 quarters in, and everything is out of the halfback draw in the pistol. This is my point exactly.
So every drop back, that's the point, TD.
Matter of fact, we actually did. No, believe it or not, we did do a lot of Tua under center, but it was all play action.
No. Nobody said that they will not be doing that. You're saying definitively that they will not run out of those formations. That's where we part ways. I agree. They're going to run out of in different formations, bro.
No, this is where you get to telling these fibs. You get to telling these fibs. I didn't say that we wouldn't run out of it. I actually said 20. I said, hold on. Let me finish. I said 25%. I said 25%. I said 25%.
You're reaching for your skates right now.
To lie. I said they'll run out of it 25%.
The skating rink is not open yet.
I said they will run out of it 25%.
Stop.
I said 25%, and then I said if it was up to me, scratch it all together. I said I know they're going to run out of it, but we are wasting plays. But you see how he want to always, no. You said they wouldn't do it at all.
No.
I never said. Matter of fact, if you rewind.
We got you on tape. The tape don't lie, bro. The tape don't lie.
If you rewind, you would hear that I said that we would run out of it 25%, and you said that's a little bit
No.
You did say that, Ian.
No, he did not. He said
what they do, y'all.
Yeah, you know I wouldn't lie, bro. You know I wouldn't lie.
No.
Because I called him out for it.
This is what people that argue with me do, y'all.
I called him out on it.
No.
I can't hear what's actually being said.
No, stop it, TD. Stop, bro. You said that they will not. And I clarified that 3 times. I said, so we're clear. TD is saying that was my bit. That's the basis of my argument. You're saying definitively.
I know. That's why I'm trying to figure out why are you arguing
formations because they won't be successful. That's what you said. Stop.
EM, you basically.
It's too early. The skating rink don't open till 12 o'clock, bro. And you reaching for them skates already.
I'm surprised you ain't mentioned Josh Rosen again because you're getting ether right now, man.
Nah, bro. So anyway, this is man, I'll tell you. Man, TD is relapsing right now, bro. You need to go take that medication. He's relapsing right now. Take that medication, TD, because you're reverting back to TD foolish talk. And we all know when you get in your ways, bro, we all know how foolish you sound. And that's what you're doing right now when you're trying to backtrack on what you said.
Well, from what I recall, TD said about 90% of the time.
No, you'll see. Don't worry about it. He knows.
Man, I'm still waiting on the time. Please enlighten me. I'm still waiting on the time when TD said this on this day, and a week, a month, a year, it came to fruition. I'm waiting. I'll wait. Please enlighten me.
Say that again.
I'm still waiting on I'm still waiting on the intel when TD said this will happen on this day, and a week, a month, a year came about, and that actually came to fruition. I am waiting on that intel right now.
Everything me and you argue about.
Oh, okay. Just like you.
Everything me and you argue about.
Yeah, I know. You're right. But we'll see. It's going to be a repeat of always. EM is always, I will say always, but a good portion of the time, EM has been spot on, and I don't think this will be any different. So we'll see in a couple of weeks, bro. And you know I'm coming. You know it. You already know what time it is. So it's all good.
EM, you keep losing to me, bro.
I hear you. That's fine.
Bro, just
listen. It's all good, TD. Truth be told, I can't even get out what I want to say, bro. Oh my God. But anyway, that what I want to say right now, I'm gonna leave that for another show. But we'll see. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. And guess what? When EM is wrong, I'll be the first to say, you know what? I missed on that one. It's okay. It's okay to miss every now and then. But I just don't think I'm wrong in this case. But we'll see. Can y'all hear me all right?
Yeah,
Can y'all hear me? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're good.
I want to make sure. Why y'all so quiet? I don't know why y'all so quiet.
Because I'm about to show them the pure buffoonery. See, he always talk about, I never see, he always try to write a narrative, okay, that just isn't true. But that's all right, ladies and gentlemen. We got him now. We got him on the hook. You give me a second, Ian. You give me a second. Yeah, this is what we be talking about, y'all.
Yep.
Y'all about to see exactly what I be talking about. Word for freaking word. And I never said
pull it up.
Yeah, it's up. Let me go back just a little.
Pull it up.
Oh, don't worry, it's up.
This line up in one format, bro. It's to be
of course,
successful.
But you know what a great run team does. You know what a power run team does. They at least got 50% under center I formation. Let's roll of their run game. We are going to be clocking 20 to 25% best. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. This is what I got to compete with every time. People who can't even heal. People who can't. This is what you got to compete with.
See, you just said two different things, CD. You said that on that tape, but then 5 minutes later, run the tape. 5 minutes later, when you said that they will not. When Fitzandy just asked you, she just questioned you. She said, "So TD, so what you're saying is they're not going to run the football in I formations? They're going to completely. They should abandon." You said yes,
and they will. She just told you.
No.
Bro, what are you talking about? I said they don't need to.
Yeah, no. I was trying to make the argument of him saying that we were going to run at 25%. So that means we're at least going to try. I was trying to negate his argument with his own words. Hey, Mr. Ballgame, how you doing? We just arguing about the I formation. Nothing new.
Read the screen in the comments, bro.
Just read the screen, Ian. Just humble yourself and read the
screen. See these idiots, bro.
Hey, I bet y'all within the next 2 minutes he gonna bring up Josh Rosen. Because when he loses,
no, I'm not.
That's all he does. See, you get easy, bro. You lose, you never win a debate with me, bro.
TD, you have never ethered EM. That will never happen, bro.
He said, when have you ever been right? Okay, EM, I just brought the receipt to you. We just had the conversation. This happened 45 minutes ago, y'all, and he didn't remember.
Can we get Mr. Ballgame's opinion on this?
Really?
I don't know if Mr. Ballgame's available, but can we try to get Mr. Ballgame's opinion?
TD, you really want to talk about the accuracy rate of EM's declaration about this team? You really want to bring this up?
Yes, TD? We can. You probably running about a 2.3%.
I hear you, man.
You're probably running about a 2.3%.
The real fans, not the haters, not the casuals. The real fans know what time it is, bro. So I don't need. I don't want to see
the link.
No, well, honestly, I was supposed to be done at 11:30. I just had to get them receipts on for EM.
No. Get Ballgame up here real quick. I'm interested. I'm interested to see what he.
We will pick this conversation up this evening.
Oh, okay.
If hopefully Ballgame can come in. So for the record, ladies and gentlemen, the Miami Dolphins are going to run the ball out of the eye at times, between 20-25% of the time.
He got them skates on.
I just showed the receipts to show y'all it ain't skates. I already said this. So then
hear that, bro.
The other 75% is going to be out of the halfback draw, the pistol, and those type of formations. That's what they're going to do. We do not have the personnel to run the ball like a great running team with a great O-line with run blocking at a 50% clip out of power. We don't have it. It's that simple. And that's what it is. That's all I've been saying.
And you're basing off that because you don't think that
I'm basing it off of that's what they're going to do, EM.
No, you're basing that off of their inability to do that, to run the ball at that format, right? You're saying they won't be able to be successful.
If they could, they would run it 50% of the time out of the power. If they could.
So you're saying they won't be able. I just want to get that on record. That's all.
They won't. Matter of fact, you won't even get to see them try. You'll just see the 20-25%. You will not see them get to try the 50% because they're gonna do it out of the pistol and a halfback draw because that brings more success.
To be honest with you, bro, I'm hoping you're correct. So you can actually get a win you can get a W in your win column.
I already got the W.
Because you've been lacking. You've been lacking for a minute here, bro. You know, in terms of wins, you've been taking them L's left and right. Them haymakers. Already
got the W.
You've been taking haymakers lately, bro. The last 2 years, come on, man. You've been taking haymakers.
Bro, already got the W's. I'm
shocked you still standing right now. At that position. So
bro, I'm not disagreeing with you. All I'm talking about, we are going to run the ball. I am just telling you the formations that it's going to come out of more than not. It will not be the I formation. We will probably run out of the I, one out of. Oh, they're trying to help you by freezing on me.
No, bro, that's fine.
Of every 4 times running.
I think it's more than that, but I do. This is where we agree. I do think
back draws. That's what you sweep. That's what you're gonna
get. Well, look. This is where we do agree. I do agree it's going to be from different formats. I mean, that's the objective.
And he agrees.
You can't just line up in one format, bro.
Of course, you know what a great run team does. You know what a power run team does. They at least got 50% under center. Man, I don't know why my junk acting up. Formation, let's roll of their run game. We are going to be clocking 20 to 25% best.
Well, again, it'll definitely be higher than 25%.
I just think.
Until I'm proven otherwise, I just don't see it.
Andres Negron said TD just uppercut EM for the win.
I would just say
that's a hater right there. That's one of my biggest haters right there. That idiot Andres Negro. Yeah, I see.
I got him. I'm gonna have to clip. That one long term, y'all.
That idiot. Why don't you go back and look? Why don't you go back and look that video up where you said Steve?
Andre, see?
Why you want to look that one up?
How you doing, Andre?
Now you wanted this.
How you doing, Andre?
Go dig up the tape where you said scheme fix don't matter. Go dig that one up.
Hey,
that's what you need to do. Go dig that one up.
EM, I didn't mean to uppercut you, bro. It was my mistake.
Since you are looking now, I asked you 3 times, TD. Now I asked you 3 times.
Take the L.
I asked you 3
save
times.
yourself and bring up Rosen.
Save
yourself and bring up Rosen.
Since you are digging up tape, go back and look at that hour-long video that you made. Scheme fits don't matter in the NFL. Go dig that tape up.
I'm glad you brought that up. Ladies and gentlemen, I just proved to y'all how he twists words or act like he didn't hear. TD said that scheme fit doesn't matter when it comes to great coaches. And I did say that. Hold on. I did say that. He's right. I did say that, but I put context to it. I said when you already got the roster. I said when you already got the roster that you have, and this is your team.
Stop it, TD. Stop.
You have to make the scheme fit the players.
Stop, TD. Stop it.
Now,
that's wrong. That's incorrect.
That's what he said.
You want to bring in personnel that fits your scheme.
No. You said.
Here we go.
Hang on, TD. Hang on. Now, if you talk about context, let's backtrack a little bit. Let's take a trip down memory lane. When we were on that Tuesday night panel, I sit here. Now the real ones know what I'm referencing here. They know. Okay, the unbiased individuals, the real ones, they know what I'm talking about. I consistently told you in the beginning, back on the Tuesday night panels, about when we talked about forecasting free agency, draft, etc. I would bring up a player, okay? I.e., let me bring up a player who, when we talked about, let me see a player.
We're talking about the tackle from the Ravens, I believe. That was your guy at one point. I forget his name, but he was
We're talking about Michael Pierce.
Yeah, there you go.
That's one of many examples. And I would tell you, Esteban, bro, you know firsthand, bro. What do I always say when you're talking about your approach to forecasting what our team, the moves we could possibly make during an offseason, draft, free agency? I always said you start with the scheme. You sat here and offered nothing but pushback about scheme. I got the private conversation still saved in my phone, bro, about the group chat between me, you, Ball Game, and Reason. When you offer nothing but pushback, scheme fits don't matter. Scheme fits do not matter at all. Stop it, TD. You ain't never said nothing about no great coaches. Never. And I told y'all with your approach in terms of projecting the moves that we make, you start and end with that scheme. And look at everything that I've told y'all in terms of personnel, scheme. See, I don't want to sit up here and make it like I'm tooting my own horn, but goddamn it, toot. I sit here and told y'all, I don't know how many times about players, schematics, not just me, but I gotta show my homie Reason some love. Okay? We forecasted this team, schematics, free agency, draft, etc. And where do we always start? With scheme. And if people want to know the secret sauce in terms of what's the secret to our accuracy, you always start with the scheme. And I've been telling y'all that since day one. You offered, as well as others, nothing but pushback in the beginning. But once our declarations start to come to fruition, now everybody wants to jump on board and say, "Oh yeah, you're right." But you, in addition to others,
drafted Christian
offer
Wilkins.
Nothing but pushback.
They drafted Christian Wilkins and had him playing at the nose. And had him at the nose.
No. They had him at the 3 technique. Is he not a prototypical 3 technique?
Oh my God!
Is he not?
Which scheme is he better in? Which scheme would he be better in? Which scheme would he be better in? The 3-4 or the 4-3?
I think he'd be equally as good.
Oh, now it's equally. We've had this conversation a million times, bro. And you agreed he would be more explosive.
No. What I said was Dexter Lawrence should have been the pick because of, number one, he turned out to be the better player. And now we are still, to this day, trying to find a long-term solution at that true zero technique position.
EM, hold on a sec. Hold on.
I never said Christian Wilkins was a true nose, bro. I've never said that.
EM, hold on a sec.
I know you didn't.
Hold on a sec. Hey, Boda, guys, if you guys are making comments, please do not be disrespectful and do not use curse words. This is all.
Appreciate you, bro. Other than Andres,
who
you said EM mad that TD won.
Did I curse? Did I curse?
Not you, bro. Not you, EM. He talked about people in the comment section. Other than Andres, who said EM mad that TD won. We know, bro.
Man, get out of
here,
bro.
Listen, I will say this. I will say this, y'all. I will say this. EM's right. I was wrong. I'm a lie to myself. That way we can make it even, because I feel like I bullied him and just destroyed him today. I want to apologize publicly.
Was that so hard?
I want to apologize publicly.
I just got to be honest.
I feel like I walked all over you. And destroyed you today. That's just not the type of guy that I am.
Was it that hard? Go ahead, Esteban. Go ahead.
Okay, so originally when I got on here thinking that you were saying that you wanted to just completely not like disregard the power I. And then okay, but then later on you were saying 25% of the time. So there's no way you could be wrong when you're on both sides.
Thank you.
Hey, Esteban.
I love you, TD.
Esteban.
Which one is it, TD? Which one is it? Which one is it?
No. This is what. Let me answer. Let me answer. Some of y'all just like common sense. I said I would scrap it, but I know Flores and them gonna try.
Stop.
It's that simple. It's not rocket science.
No. He's cleaning it up right now. He has his skates on right now. He's getting ready to go to the skating rink. He's backtracking.
I said I would scrap it, but I know that they're going to run it.
No. You said they will not. I know I'm not crazy. I know I heard you say that.
Let me play the clip again, because he's saying
that
I said they will not.
Play the whole video.
They can't find the link.
In all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen.
That's one clip. Play the video back. Play the whole video.
EM, real talk. In all seriousness, I actually do real talk. Have to get out of here.
Man, no, you running. Don't worry, you can run, but you can't hide. I got you.
You know what's going on my end, so you know I gotta run.
But you can't hide.
But like I said, man, I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you a little care package for the
all these idiots. Bro. I see you on this day, bro. Right? I see you.
But listen, I love all y'all. Idiot. I appreciate y'all. I need to go tend to my son who isn't feeling well, so I would love to keep this going. I was supposed to be done at 11:30, but gotta get out there. Gotta take care of my little one. But I love y'all.
I see
man.
You, Benjamin Allen. You're an idiot too, sir.
We'll pick this up. We'll pick this conversation up, because listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Ain't nothing easier than destroying EM. So if he has the courage, to come back later, we will continue where we left off.
You don't even know what that feels like, because it's never happened. It's never.
Before we go, EM, just say Josh Rosen's name just one time so you can feel better about yourself.
No. You say
I can't let you leave this stream without feeling better about yourself. Just say Josh Rosen.
I'm gonna leave with 2 throws.
Esteban.
2 throws. That's what I'm gonna leave with. 2 throws.
The UEFA draw is about to come up.
Okay, that's what's up. Hey, TD, I just want to say, I like the bars, bro, on the Finzo, bro. I did like it.
Hey, but I'm about to drop a new one.
Being honest, bro.
I'm about to drop a new one. I'm about to drop a new one for all the members. All right, the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna drop a new one for all the members. So go check it out.
Real quick, TD's new nickname is TD 2 Throws FinStalk. That's your nickname, bro.
Where the 2 throws come from? Where the 2 throws come from?
You know where it came from.
Where the 2 throws come from?
Don't do it again.
Where did the 2 throws come from?
2 throws. That's your nickname.
For y'all who don't know, the 2 throws comes from Josh Rosen. So now we can lead a stream and feel like we haven't gotten anybody making life decisions.
That's your new
all right?
nickname, bro. 2 throws.
All right, EM. I love you, bro. I'll hit you up later, man.
Hey, I got no.
Hey, TD, stay safe, brother. I'm praying for you.
I'm gonna hit you up, by the way, bro.
Hey, salute to you, homie. Salute to you.
All right, man. I gotta get out of here.
Miami Football Talk. We'll carry it over to your channel.
All right, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, spark it up, Miami Football Talk. If I get a second, I'm gonna come over there.
All right, I got you.
I'll see y'all later, man.
All right, 2 throws. Be good.
All right, man. I'll see y'all later.
Oh.